Dusty Smith Show special 50th goddamn episode. Hooray, we did it. Of course, this is like my, 215th podcast, but it's my 50th show under this name, The Dusty Smith Show, and holy shit, dudes. We have an unbelievably packed show for you guys tonight. Look at all the shit we got to cover. Zero chance we're going to get through it all. I have enough material easily to do a 4-hour show. We might push 3 hours tonight. We'll see. We'll see how many people show up. If we don't have a good turnout tonight, we might do some of it on Monday, which is only a couple days away for this huge religious bullshit segment. We might save. We might do it. We'll play it by ear. See what the fuck happens. How is everybody doing out there? Thank you for joining me tonight. Love the shit out of you guys. You're the best, Leslie. Hey, how can I be the best when you're the best? There can be only one. It's like highlighter, like my new shirt. Got this new shirt from Amazon. Gonna start dressing a little bit nicer, and I've dropped 15 pounds. Hells yeah. If there's one thing I know how to do, it's lose weight. That's the one good thing about growing up a fat kid. I've gained and lost so much weight, and it's so simple. I'm probably gonna drop another 20 or so pounds, maybe 25. We'll see what happens. But losing weight is easy, folks. It's simple thermodynamics. If you take in less calories than your body burns, you lose weight. And my method of doing it is eating a lot of protein because it helps you not to lose muscle mass. And so I do a lot of heavy weight training. I use dumbbells and shit while I'm doing a caloric deficit, which also builds muscle. The more muscles you have, the more calories you burn. Your muscles just burn calories just by existing. So the combination of weightlifting and caloric deficits work really well to lose weight. And it's simple. Then when I lose the weight I want to, I can just eat regularly what I want to and just maintain my weight. It's all easy to do. So let's get 420 likes. And absolutely, folks, make sure you like the video. It doesn't take you but a fucking second to like the video. Why haven't you already done it? Help a brother out. I need to get the show slightly more popular. 1,000 live viewers at a time is about what I want. Not bigger than that. When it gets bigger than that, I start to worry that people are going to fuck with me for being too popular. So 1,000 live streamers, that's what I'm shooting for. So like the video right now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh yeah, have you noticed? I am sunburned like hell. Look at me. Can you tell? God damn, my face is all beet red. I am fucking sunburned to hell and back. That happened when I went and got my vaccination. I went and got vaccinated. Hell yeah. So I did one of these drive-up vaccinations. You guys done this? It was so simple. First, I went online and I signed up for it. I was like, I want to do it 2 o'clock on a Wednesday. So they're like, cool. So I drove up there and there was like no line whatsoever. I didn't even feel it. Like, I felt a little something, but like, it felt like a little mosquito bite. And I was expecting like, after the mosquito bite, something like much harder, like them plunge it in, but it was over immediately. So it's nothing to it. I do have to hand it to them. They've done a great job with the vaccine rollout in this country, especially. So, and my arm was a little sore for a couple days, but besides that, I was fine. No big deal. So, cool. Think of what else I know. I guess that's it. Let's check the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and begin the show because we got to barrel through this. We have so much to cover tonight. Helps lose when you're vegan too. Yep, absolutely. Vegetables don't have a lot of calories. I eat tons of fucking carrots when I'm dieting. Like when I'm hungry, I just go get it. They make these fucking giant carrots today. These genetically modified monster carrots, and I just eat like carrot, and it just fills me up. It's cool. Not that hard. Dusty got his jazz. Hell yeah, I got one. I still got to get the other one. My mom messaged me, and she was like, please don't get the second vaccination. And I was like, LOL, Mom, if I don't get the second vaccination, they don't work. And she was like, well, if you get it, just don't tell me about it. So I was like, yeah, whatever. She's all conspiracy theory. I guess she listened to fucking Tucker Carlson, who we are going to slam later in the Chud What section of the show. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, best wishes to all the Dust Buddies getting vaccines. Hell yeah, go get your vaccines. Help become part of the herd immunity, because that is very important. I don't think we're going to reach in this country because of these stupid-ass conservative people, but we'll try. We will try. Hey, Dusty, how things going? It's going good. I can't complain. Could be worse. Could always be a little better, but it's pretty fucking good, I gotta admit. Got my second shot today, Dusty. Good for you. Hero. Waiting for your 5G to activate. I know they're going to control you through the 5G, man. You ought to be scared. All scared about it. All right, let's check the... First off, you guys want to support the show? Patreon.com/Codcast. We're up to $1,506. So we're over the $1,500 mark, which is good. I want to keep it over that, but we need to get it like more over, because what happens at the beginning of the month, we lose a lot and it drops back under. So we need to get it probably about $1,600 to make sure it always stays over $1,500, which is the amount that I think is pretty fair. I'm not asking for a whole lot to do this show. $1,500 a month, much less than most of the people doing podcasts are making, or especially the ones that are as popular as me or more popular, are making far more. So if you want to help out the show, $1 a month, please chip in. If you enjoy all the free content I provide for you every month, I work hard on it, worked all day on the show today. So, and of course, most of the money goes to my beautiful dogs and cats we rescue here at the Humanist Society of Mississippi Animal Sanctuary. So if you could help out, please do. Chip in. There's a link in the description of the video to the patron. And also, Super Chats. Lifeblood of the show, Super Chats. No question dodged. Every question answered on the Super Chats. Immortalize yourself forever and ever on the Super Chats. And as always, the more you donate, the more serious I take your questions. So, buy my love. Super Chats. And Ass Batch, always the first to Super Chat me. Since I'm here, front and center, hell yeah, you are, Aunt Ass Bitch. Let me go ahead and pause this. As always, looking forward to your show. Here's a few dollars for the fur babies. Hope everyone is well down there. I am doing awesome. I've been having like kidney stone attacks lately, but it's cool. I just signed up for the Obamacare, so hopefully I can go get that taken care of. It's still cost me like $1,000 to have the lithotripsy or whatever the fuck it's called. Have the sound waves blast my kidney stones into nothing, and it's painful as fuck, but I deal with it. You know, it's just pain. At least no one's dead. And B-Stage 2009, getting off work just in time to watch Dusty drop some Logic. Fuck yes, hell yeah. Gonna drop Logic all over you, Beast Nation. And Todd went, money left after car repair. Could buy my daughter a meal, but nah. Take my money, Dusty. I dare you. I did. And I will take your money. Thank you, Todd Went. Speaking of cars, I went out this week and I got me an antique automobile tag for my car. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but once your car reaches 25 years, in certain states, you can get an antique tag and you never have to get a tag again. You never have to go fuck with it again. You never have to pay for it again. You have a permanent antique tag forever. And now I got one for my car because my car is an antique. Like me, baby. It's a classic. And Cubert, love us, 1972. Dusty, glad to see you guys vaccinated. Hell yeah, doing my part. I'm a good citizen. Got to do that shit. And Beltrain 421, $10 Canadian. You want to see what vaccines do to people? Go walk through a polio ward. I know, right? Fuck people like Joe Rogan. Had Alex Jones over there trying to scare people about the polio vaccines without giving them the correct information about how many people have actually been saved by the polio vaccine. Just completely irresponsible. Fuck you, Joe Rogan. All right, that is all my super chats for right now. More super chats if you're able to. Let's go ahead and kick this goddamn show off. So first off, I want to show you guys my new gun. See, we only got 280 people watching now, so I like to start out slow, save the good stuff for later, because more people will tune in as the show goes on. So I bought a new gun. I talked about this a little bit on last show, and the reason I bought this gun, folks, is because I'm in Mississippi, which is a concealed carry state where literally anyone can conceal carry. You don't have to have a license. You don't have to tell nobody. You can just walk around with a fucking gun in your pocket. And every goddamn body here has a gun in their pocket. And I was like, hey, I'm living in a state that literally wants to cause a national Christian theocracy. I'm going to show you guys in a minute what both our governor in Mississippi and what our one of the highest ranking government officials in our state, the Secretary of State, had to say about turning Mississippi into a theocracy. Scary as shit. You have all these people that believe in Q running around here, all these crazy Trump supporters. I'm like, hey, if all these crazy motherfuckers are carrying, I'm going to fucking carry. I thought I'd show you guys my gun. Don't worry, it's not loaded. But even though it's not loaded, I'm still going to use gun safety because I know what my gun safety is. First off, I got this little case from Amazon. It's ambidextrous. It was only $5. And it's legal to carry in Mississippi as long as you have it in a little case when it's in your pocket. And this little motherfucker's tiny. It fits right in my pocket. This is a Taurus Spectrum. It's pretty cool. It's mostly polymer, very light. It's only 10 ounces, and it basically just fits right in your fucking pocket. It's a 380, and I know for a fact that this gun does not have any bullets in it. I've checked, for one thing, but the main reason I know for a fact this gun has no bullets in it is because I do not own any bullets. Here's the crazy part about this country right now. The conservatives have been stockpiling ammo so much. Of course, some of it has to do with COVID-19 and the factory's been shut down a little bit, but most of it right now is we have a Democrat in office, and that causes guns sales to surge, and they're stockpiling so much ammo right now that you literally cannot find ammo for this anywhere around here. It's in this crazy ass country right now. It's literally easier to buy a gun than it is to buy ammo, which is fucking nuts. So yeah, that's the world we're living in right now. But like I said, this is mostly polymer. The good thing about this gun is it's completely smooth. It has no parts to hang up on anything when you're pulling it out of your pocket. So it's one of the best concealed carry guns you can get. Haven't fired it. I don't have any bullets for it, but that is why I am carrying this gun. And that is the gun I am carrying for those of you guys who are interested in that. A lot of people think lefties don't like guns, but that is not true. A lot of us don't think that just anybody should have access to an AR-15. We do think there should be background checks. We think that, crazy motherfuckers should have their guns taken away from them. Shit like that. But guns, yeah, it's fine to protect yourself, in my opinion. So, the guns are my issue. You are wrong about the ammo short. Why am I wrong about the ammo short? What has caused the ammo short other than people stockpiling it? And, of course, the COVID-19 making the factory slow down. But anyway, you can tell me I'm wrong. Hey, I have been wrong in the past. I will be wrong in the future. Criticism is good and valid, and it's just data to be mined. So if I say something wrong, you should absolutely correct me. As long as you don't fucking whine, oh my God, Dusty, I can't watch you anymore because you said something I disagree with. All right, fuck off then. Go watch something else. If somebody's doing a better show, please go watch them. But like, if you disagree with me, that's totally different. You can disagree with me without fucking whining like a little piss baby. All right, so love guns. Yeah, guns, cool. Get a Glock. See, this gun was in my price range. The Glocks are about twice what I paid for this. I did look up these small Glocks, but I don't really need it. Like, I'm going to buy ammo and I'm going to test fire it one time, and I will probably never fire this gun again, ever. I don't foresee me ever needing to pull it out on anybody. I don't foresee me ever needing to use it. I just have it just in case shit. So, I don't really need a Glock. That's overkill for my purposes, especially since I never intend to fire it again. I would never stop watching Dusty. God, you shouldn't, because this is the greatest show. It's everything you ever want. And all right, let's kick out the show. That is my Dusty reviews, and gonna resurrect a segment I used to do that I don't do anymore called Celebrity Bullshit, Celebrity Bullshit. This segment is about celebrities and their bullshit. And first off on Celebrity Bullshit, we're gonna talk about Bill Gates. I know Bill Gates is more than just a celebrity. He's a billionaire and, a business owner, starter, entrepreneur, but still a celebrity. Did you guys hear about this? And apparently him and his wife are getting a divorce. And she warned him about Jeffrey Epstein. Article came out about the Daily Beast. Melinda Gates met with convicted... Shut the fuck up. Get off. Fuck you. Melinda Gates met with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein alongside her husband Bill in New York City, and soon after she was furious at the relationship between the two men, according to people familiar with the situation. The previously unreported meeting occurred at Epstein's Upper East Side mansion in September 2013, on the same day the couple accepted the Lasker Bloomberg Public Service Award at the Pierre Hotel, and were photographed alongside then Mayor Mike Bloomberg. So she was like, that dude's creepy as fuck. You need to stay away from him. But did Bill Gates listen? Hell no. And I'd be more like, I would almost defend Bill Gates and be like, well, he was just sucking up to Jeffrey Epstein because he wanted his money to do science projects. But Bill Gates don't need nobody else's money. Bill Gates has so much fucking money, he could fund anything he wanted to do by himself. He was clearly just hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein because he thought he was cool as shit. So fuck you, Bill Gates. Creep. And not a fan of, I appreciate what they did to polio. I appreciate what they've done to help the world, but not a fan of billionaires, folks. Never gonna be. And I took a lot of shit last week. Several people had a problem with me calling out Bill Gates for not wanting to get rid of the patents on the vaccines and let other countries like India mass manufacture the vaccines because they're having a huge fucking crisis right there right now. Bill Gates basically said, hey, he doesn't believe that other countries besides these corporations like Pfizer can create vaccines in a safe enough manner. And also there are certain ingredients in the vaccines that are only created by certain laboratories. And he's afraid that it will put too much of a strain on those resources where it actually has a detrimental effects and slows down vaccine manufacturing all over the place. Of course, a lot of people disagree with him. A lot of people say, hey, India has had a track record of creating vaccines. They're not stupid. They don't need white saviors like Bill Gates. We can do it. Just get rid of the fucking patents and let us crank this shit out. And so now even Bill Gates is coming out and saying, okay, fine. So all those who got mad at me and said I was wrong, even Bill Gates agreed with me now, but he only agrees with me because Biden came out and said, yeah, we should get rid of the patents on these vaccines for now to help all the third world countries, the people dying and shit. And So it's kind of the popular thing to be on board with right now. And so now the Gates Foundation came out and said, as our CEO, M. Susan, says, no barrier should stand in the way of equitable access to vaccines. We are supportive of a narrow intellectual property waiver for COVID-19 vaccines during the pandemic. So, of course, narrow. Bill Gates made all his money from patents and intellectual property bullshit. So obviously he is very sensitive about getting rid of any of that shit. Typical billionaire bullshit. But good to see they're finally coming on board because public pressure has a way of doing that to people. And next up on celebrity bullshit, Van Morrison. Remember Van Morrison? Like 50 years ago, he had a hit song called Brown Eyed Girl, You and Me, My Brown Eyed Girl. I know I didn't sing it right. It don't matter. It's an old ass song, but apparently he's still alive and he's still making music, and it's bad. He came out with a new album that's all chud as fuck. It's about Facebook and how they control the media. Like this another song called They Control the Media. Who is they? The Jews. He don't say the Jews, but that's what we know what he means. It's like Donald Trump. If Donald Trump was a boomer musician, he's a boomer, but not a boomer musician, it would sound something like this. Just gonna play a little bit so it doesn't get copyrighted.
Why you on Facebook? Why do you need second-hand friends?
Terrible. Awful. Don't know what the fuck he's thinking, but I guess he's trying to appeal to the Chud crowd. That's an easy way to fucking make money these days. So, yep. Basically, he's a QAnon conspiracist now. Just trash. Fighting the culture war. And I would say I'm sorry to see it, but who gives a fuck about Van Morrison in 2021? Retire already. And also, Ben Affleck went viral this week. You guys probably saw this one. In the celebrity bullshit, this is as much celebrity bullshit as you can get. So apparently there is a dating app. I've never heard of it before now. I'm definitely going to try it out. I'm going to do a review of it on my next show. I'm going to go join this dating app if I can, if they even let me. But it's a dating app that's mainly for like influencers and celebrities. And it's called Raya. And so apparently a bunch of celebrities are on Raya trying to hook up with people, hook up their fans and shit. So apparently this girl was on Raya, Naveen J. And she matched with Ben Affleck. And she was like, that ain't Ben Affleck. So she unmatched from him. And his thirsty ass in a video saying, hey, girl, it's really me. Because Ben Affleck, I guess he likes lips. I don't know. Let's take a look. It says, thinking of the time I matched with Ben Affleck on Raya and thought it was fake, so I unmatched him and he sent me a video on Instagram.
I'm trying to get rid of them, but nothing seems to
Naveen, why did you unmatch me? It's me.
It's me. It's Ben. You should have matched me. We could have hooked up. Would have done you Batman style all night long. So I don't know. I ain't got a problem with it. You go a little bit thirsty, but what you gonna do? Ben Affleck can pretty much have any woman he wants, so he can be thirsty as he fucking wants. Ben Affleck, sexy as fuck. Gonna say it. Gonna say Ben Affleck sexy. Just gotta go on a limb. Sexy Ben Affleck. I'm a fan. And also, Matthew Perry is on there. I don't know if you guys will agree with me or not. Somebody sent me this saying he was creepy for this. Now, I kind of have a slightly different opinion on it. Now, apparently, he got on there and he messaged a girl who was 19 and he's 51. But, like, the girl agreed to talk to him and he wasn't sexual with her or anything. They were just having conversation. And then she busted him out, calling him creepy for talking to her. And, like, I don't know, guys. Like, 19 years old is old enough to decide if you want to have a relationship with an older man. Some girls, some women, I would call 19 a woman, I guess a young woman. They like older men. They're attracted to older men. Is it creepy if an older guy wants to date a girl who's 19? I don't know. I know I'm biased in this. What else am I going to say? But he got busted out by this girl for just talking to her. And here's the video. Here's a little bit of it.
Do you always play with your hair this much?
It says, a young TikTok user is sharing a video of Matthew Perry from when they matched on Raya. Messaging a 19-year-old when you're 51 is creepy as I don't understand why. I mean, don't you think that a 19-year-old is old enough to decide who they're attracted to? And don't you think that a 19-year-old has every right to be attracted to an older gentleman if they want to? I just don't get this. Like, 19 is too young. Okay, all right. If If you guys say so, I will avoid the 19-year-olds to stay safe. But like, I really don't have much of a problem with it, but I guess maybe I'm a perv and I should have my mind changed. I don't know. Dusty Channel and Epstein. No, how's it Epstein? Epstein was having sex with 14-year-olds, 14 to 16. 19 is not 14 to 16. It's not creepy, it's biology. 19 is an adult. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It seems like we're pushing this shit too far to me. It's a little too far, in my opinion, but whatever. You guys can fuck off, Dusty. You know exactly why. I don't, though. I think that women at 19 are old enough to decide who they're attracted to. And if they're attracted to an older gentleman, you expect the older gentleman to say, oh, you're hideous. I'm not going to have anything to do with it. It just doesn't make it. It goes against, I don't know, biology, in my opinion. But I know people have varying opinions of it. Anyway, it says, Kate Harrison said the Friends star asked to move their conversation to FaceTime after matching in May 2020. Now, I don't actually find her attractive. I don't really like this look. This is not for me, but this is the typical, like, I guess, I don't know, modern pretty white girl look. I don't, it doesn't do anything for me. It says, when you match with Matthew Perry as a joke.
Do you always play with your hair this much?
I guess so, yeah.
Anyway, the article goes on to say, hey, I'm just busting him out because I thought it was creepy that he wanted to talk to me. And like, he didn't, I don't know, he just talked to you. He wasn't being sexual. He wasn't being like a perv or anything. But anyway, I understand both sides of it. I'm willing to have my opinion changed. When 19 is legally adult, it's not biology. If she is one with a sugar daddy, that is her right. Yeah, like, I don't know. Is it feminism allowing women to, especially adult women, to date whoever they want to without shitting on them for it? It's like my body, my choice. If they want to do that, who am I to say they're wrong for doing that? That's just my opinion. But what older man wants to hang out with a 19-year-old? I mean, most of them, I would say. Like, I don't even understand this. What are you going to talk about? Same thing I talk about with anybody. Like, I like TV shows. I like games. It's the same exact shit I would talk to anybody about. I mean, you know, not every woman that I meet, even older women, want to talk about politics all day or atheism. And I don't want to talk about Game of Thrones or, you know, the latest video game that's coming out. That's what I'm interested in too. 50-year-old grown-ass man talking to a 9-year-old woman. Girl, nah. If she was 29, different story. All right. I came out of a 15-year-old. I'm not kidding. Welcome to Australia. What? She is not the creepy one in this situation, Dusty. I didn't say, what should we talk about? I didn't say she was creepy. Where did that come from? Midlife crisis, never grow old, so all old guys. I don't know. I mean, I've already gone through my midlife crisis, so whatever, I'm already past midlife too, so whatever I'm going through now is not that. Buy a vet. I already have my penis-shaped cars. I don't need that. All right, let's move on. Next up, did you guys see Caitlyn Jenner's Disastrous interview on Sean Hannity? Holy shit, she is such a horrible human being. So first off, this idiot decides to have this interview in her private airplane hangar. Because, you know, that's a good way to show the people that you're an every woman. I'm just like you in my private airplane hangar. And then she proceeds to tell a story about the rich douchebag who has the hangar across from her is leaving California because he can't stand to stare at the pores anymore. Yeah, like it's the government's fault. Like the government are bad guys here. It's not the rich asshole who's not selling his hangar and his plane to help the poor. No, it's the government and I guess the homeless people's fault that he has to abandon California. 6.3 million views. Let's listen.
California. My friends are leaving California. Actually, we're at my hangar. The guy across right over from me, he was packing up his hangar. I said, where are you going? And he says, I'm moving to Sedona, Arizona. I can't take it here anymore. I can't walk down the streets and see the homeless. I don't want to leave. Okay, either I stay and fight or I get out of here. California.
Or you can sell your plane and your hangar and some of your money and help the homeless situation, you know, like a decent human being would do. Or you could complain about it and leave, I guess. You're definitely not going to be governor, though. I don't see that happening, Caitlyn Jenner. And she says so many cringy things in this interview. But I'll just play one more. How about when she talks about how good Trump was compared to Biden? How can you get more delusional than this? Just incredible fucking trash.
We've had 4 years of Donald Trump. We have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Give me your assessment of those three people.
What I liked about Donald Trump is he was a disruptor. You know, he came in and shook the system up.
Yeah, he was such a piece of shit, so corrupt, he came in and shook the system up. Anybody who had a damn clue hated him because they hated what he was doing for the country and to the country, our credibility to the world, all of it, all of the corruption, all the ridiculousness. But yeah, he shook shit up. I guess that's a good thing. No, he didn't shake things up in a good way. They're shaking things up in a good way and shaking things up in a bad way. A great example of shaking things up in a good way is the, what is the state? It's Minnesota. One of the Minnesota cities has a new DA who was elected to change. He ran on that he's completely going to change the justice system. And he somehow won. He used to be a defending attorney. He used to defend criminals. And now he is the DA of, I think it's in Minnesota. And he's completely shaking the whole thing up in a good way. But Donald Trump absolutely did not do that in any way. And you're a fucking idiot for even trying to make this claim.
Okay. A lot of people didn't like that in Washington, D.C. But he came in and shook the system up. I think he did some things that I agreed with, some things I didn't agree with.
So bold.
You were critical on transgender issues.
On trans issues, LGBT issues, I was more hopeful at the beginning. But there were some good things he did. On the other hand, Biden, I don't think I've agreed with anything. I don't think since he's been in there, he has done anything for the American worker, maybe other ones. So it is a 180-degree turn in our country, going the other direction, and it scares me.
So stupid. Absolutely the opposite of reality. Biden, who I'm not a huge fan of, has actually done a lot for the workers, especially the tax cuts in the form of the stimulus checks. I guess I said Minnesota states. I meant Minnesota cities. You know what I meant. Minnesota cities. It's live, motherfuckers. You try to do this, but so stupid, so wrong. MAGA asshole. And of course, she got roundly called out this week for her hypocrisy, claiming that trans women should not be allowed to compete in women's sports when she herself competes in women's sports. Yes, she competes in female golf tournaments. So, like always, it's total hypocrisy. Do as I say, not as I do. Never hold themselves to the same account in any goddamn way. Just trash human beings. Fuck them. And fuck you, Caitlyn Jenner. And next up, on Celebrity Bullshit. Well, this is actually on the same topic of Caitlyn Jenner. It's good to know, and I mean, when I say good, I mean this sarcastically, but not only is she disliked by the left, she has no chance of winning because even the right, even the people she's thrown her hat in with, hate her. Why would you throw your lot in with people who despise your very existence? But they do, Caitlyn. Here's a good example. This is failed GOP Senate candidate Lauren Winsk. Let's see what she has to say about you, Caitlyn.
When they first legalized gay marriage, we said that it is not going to stop here. When you give your enemy an inch, he takes the whole thing. Now we're talking about running a transgender Bruce Jenner for office running him under his biological name. They are running him as a way to cater to his mental illness as well. We are enabling a mental illness. When I said that the LGBTQ agenda is a gateway drug to pedophilia, that was statistically speaking. I'm not just making this up. 40% of people, they make up 3% of the population, but still make up 40% of the pedophilia nationally. Now, that is a lifestyle that enables and promotes pedophilia. These people keep pushing the line. It was never just about, we want to get married. No, now they're coming for the children. And I'm not crazy for saying that. These are statistics.
Yes, you are.
And it cannot be ignored. And shame on the GOP for giving a platform to this kind of degeneracy.
Yeah, they hate you, Caitlyn. They hate you. These are the people that you've decided to become a part of, but absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, LGBTQ is not trying to get people to molest children. Has absolutely nothing to do with that. Total fear-mongering, but yep, homophobia and gay panic still strong in this country. And that is my celebrity bullshit segment for tonight. I'm already 30 minutes into the show. Holy crap. All right. I'm going to skip reading the other chats, but let me read the super chats real quick, and we're going to move on. Catalina Garbox, what's up, Catalina? I'll have you dust it all night long, all night. All right. We'll see how long I can go for. I can go all night. Not really. Daniel Flores, 5555. Thanks for the show, Dusty. I can't watch it all right now, but I know I'll enjoy it so much later. Hell yeah, you can always come back later on. It'll be here, hopefully, if they don't ban it. If they do, I have a SoundCloud, so you guys can catch it on the SoundCloud audio version. And be sure, right now, motherfuckers, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Help me out. Please help me out. Hit the like button. It's so easy to do. Hit it. Why haven't you done it already? Ideal Paradox, gun and ammo lobbyists use bribes on politicians to raise fear without good policies. The ammo manufacturers ride the demand wave with shortages. I know the bullets are like $1.50 a piece now. Crazy. It's becoming where you can't even kill anybody anymore because you can't afford it. Which is probably not a bad thing, to be honest with you. But the crazy assholes have all the bullets, and that's probably not that great. And Bajan Najabadidiza says, been watching some of your old videos recently. While some were a bit cringy, some others hold up surprisingly good. Which one do you regret the most? I regret the one, atheist or the new N-words. That was terrible. And Black Lives Matter are to blame. That was also terrible. I don't like the one I did with the Amazing Atheist. That was bad. So many. It's a plethora of embarrassment, to be honest with you. And Catalina Gearbox got a new headset, the new Razer Kraken Kitty. It has cat ears and makes you sound damn fine. Hell yeah. Glad you got some new gear. I need to get me some. Actually, got a new set of earbuds that have better bass in them. They're pretty cool. I'm about to showcase those on a future show. Evan Glare, $5. What's the most PO'd you've been in an episode? My money goes to the police brutality episode. Yeah, that's got to be by far the most PO'd I've ever been. I was screaming shit that I should not have been screaming in that episode. But, like, anger is the correct emotion in that situation. When I did 2 whole hours on nothing but police brutality. Crazy ass shit. And Beltrain, 421. $10 Canadian. You want to see what vaccines? I already read that. All right. Anything else pop up? All right. Nothing else popped up. Thank you for that. More super chats if you're able. Let's roll, because I got to get through this shit. And got a big old what the fuck section. So next up is a section I like to call What the Fuck? And first off, on What the Fuck? Jimmy Doorknob. The new Sargon, doing the new Sargon playbook. He's going on Fox News, not as a combatant, not to push back on Fox News, but to help their narratives, their anti-Democrat narratives. And now he's going even further to spread their right-wing talking points about how Facebook is biased against conservatives.
Stripping Trump of the ability to reach his 35 million Facebook followers and 24 million Instagram followers has stoked criticism that the tech company is biased against conservatives, a claim many on the right have made for years without evidence. I'm pretty sure this would be evidence.
No, it's not.
What? Without evidence? I've got tons of evidence, NPR, you fucking bullshitters.
Okay, we'll get to it.
I've got tons of evidence that NPR are straight up liars.
Okay, we'll get to it.
Here's some of it right here. Right. That the right wing has no evidence that Facebook is biased? Well, right there, that's just a straight up lie. And that shows you how establishment media works. NPR, Facebook, the Biden administration, Silicon Valley, they're all in the same cabal, right?
Yeah, it's all fucking biased against conservatives, although this is bullshit. First off, let's check the most popular post on Facebook this week. Here's the sixth. Franklin Graham, Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino, NPR, Ben Shapiro, Ted Cruz. 9 out of 10. Most popular post. Top performing links on Facebook of that day. Conservative. The next day, Ben Shapiro, Fox News, For America, Dan Bongino, Sean Hannity, Dan Bongino, Fox News, The Rachel Maddow Show, 9 out of 10, conservative. Next day, Fox News, Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino, CNN, Convention of States. Almost every day, all the most best performing links are conservative. As I've shown you guys before, they've proven that Facebook actually penalizes left-wing outlets like Mother Jones and instead over pushes conservative platforms and sends they send like hundreds of extra thousands of dollars from their stupid algorithms to Ben Shapiro when they should have gone to left-wing causes. Now, do conservatives get banned from Facebook more than left-wing people? Yes. Is this a bias? No, that's not a bias. And I can explain to you why, exactly why. Let's say that between me and my neighbor's property, there is an electric fence. And let's say every single day I went out and grabbed that electric fence and got shocked, but my neighbor never did. Now, is the fact that I got shocked more by the electric fence because the fence is biased? No. The reason more conservatives get banned on Facebook is not because they're biased, it's because they are more likely to break the terms of service. They are more likely to spread misinformation. They're more likely to spread violent rhetoric, which is against the TOS. So yes, if you abuse the rules, if you break the rules more often than the other side, you get banned more. That's not a fucking bias. That is a natural outcome of your actions. So, I don't know. I disagree with Jimmy Doorknob. What do you guys think about that? Oh, cats. Cats everywhere. 10 cats as always, folks. Makes the show exciting. And next up on What the Fuck? Holy shit, this is creepy as fuck. So apparently this guy followed this woman all the way back to her apartment with his penis out. Yeah. There she is. Walking along and trying to get in her apartment real quick. Yeah, shut the door behind you. Get away from him immediately. Or walk away. And then here he comes. Yeah, just got his dick hanging out. Just the willy just hanging out, trying to get in. Yeah, let me in. Hey, woman. God damn it. Let's find out who this motherfucker is. Creepy as shit, man. I understand completely why women are so freaked out by men. Not all of them, but a lot of them are really freaked out with men. Because I watch every true crime show. I've seen every fucking true crime show out there. And dudes will fucking kill you. Not all dudes. Not all men. Not saying that. But crazy dudes will just murder a woman for fucking anything. They'll be like, oh, they'll see a woman and be like, oh shit, you had the same hair color as a girl who dissed me in 10th grade. Gotta murder you. Shit happens all the fucking time. So yeah, creepy as fuck. Hell to the gnaw to that. Stay safe out there, ladies. And this happened at a zoo. Speaking of what the fuck, this just shows you the power of rhinoceroses. So apparently the zoo employee took his car into the habitat of the rhinoceros, and the rhinoceros was new and not used to cars. And this happened. Man, they're majestic beasts, but like they look strong, but when you see shit like this, you actually realize how fucking strong rhinoceroses are. Definitely don't want anything to do with the rhinoceros. Look at this shit. Holy fuck. Effortless, like it's a fucking toy. Just solid fucking muscle on those things. Rhinoceroses will fuck you up. Or is it rhinoceri? I don't know. Don't give a shit. But yeah, bad life decisions. Don't do that, zoo worker. Might want to keep your car away from the rhinos in the future. That's just my advice. And the ostriches are just fucking chilling back there. He's trying to get away. He's trying to drive his ass away, and the rhino's like, fuck you, you ain't getting away from me. With your stupid ass zebra car gonna flip you again. Think twice. Next up on What the Fuck? Yeah, that'll buff out. It'll be fine. That car's totally not fucking totaled. And holy shit, did you guys see this one? So apparently this 19-year-old Army cadet really wanted to get out of the Army. So he did the only logical, reasonable thing that he could think of. He climbed over the razor wire at his base and kidnapped a bus full of children. Yeah, here he goes with his rifle, his military rifle. Drive, he says as he points the gun at the bus driver. Just drive, yeah, and it's a whole bus full of children. Yeah, scary. Apparently, he went out to the highway and tried to find a ride, and nobody would pick him up. So he saw this bus full of children, and he was like, yeah, let me go hijack that bus, and 19 children. Now, his gun was empty because they don't give new cadets bullets. I know how that feels. I don't have any fucking bullets in my gun either. But he took his weapon. So apparently what happened is that he was on the bus with all the children, and the children were crying and asking him if he was going to kill them and everything. And he got annoyed. This is him. He got annoyed with the children asking him questions, and so he got the bus driver to pull over, and he let all the school children out and the bus driver out, and he started driving the bus himself. And then I guess he didn't know how to fucking drive the bus himself, so then he just pulled over and he abandoned the bus. Yeah, what the fuck? Horrible. So, unsurprisingly, he got arrested and charged with 19 counts of kidnapping. Yeah, and a bunch of other shit. So his life is pretty much over. Literally the worst possible way you could leave the military. What were you thinking? Holy shit, clearly he was having some kind of mental breakdown or some shit, but bad life decisions once again. And what the fuck? And all right, I'm going to skip that one. We got so much to do tonight, I'm going to skip that one. There was a bank robbery with hostages and shit that happened the other day. Going to skip over that one though. And in Mali, a woman is expecting 9 babies. She delivered 9 babies, which holy shit, that's like more than a kitten. How the fuck do you carry 9 babies in your stomach? That's some crazy ass shit. She claims she wasn't on fertility drugs or anything. I can't believe that's true. How's your whole guts not just bust out with 9 babies in there? That's insanity. And folks, apparently the British military has like Iron Man technology now. You guys see this? Yeah, they got this fucking Iron Man technology. They're just flying all over the fucking place. There's the future for you. It's cool as shit, but also scary. I mean, this is like the British military, but imagine what like a real military like America has. Sorry, Britain. Your military ain't shit compared to America's military. We spend way more money than you do. Can imagine all the secret shit we must have. We probably have full body Iron Man suits out there already. But this technology is crazy. It's fucking awesome. But also scary for the future. But I don't know. Pretty cool. I can't wait to zip around in my Iron Man suit of the future, because you know they're going to make this affordable and available to all of us in the public. Of course, right? And next up, what the fuck? So, warning, if you're having aversion to titties, do not look at this next clip. Apparently, Scary Spice is taking the subway, and she don't seem to be doing very well. Scary Spice.
If you want to be my lover, you have got to get taking this too easy, and that's just how it is.
Get it, girl. Yeah. So, somebody signed that woman's stat. Musical genius. And you guys see this one? Angering. I don't know what the story behind this is. I'm going to find out for the next show. I looked a little bit, but I didn't really find it. But apparently, this police officer is executing a search warrant at a private property and decides to damage the person's car over and over again. Because why wouldn't you do this if you're a giant piece of shit? Here he comes in. He bangs the car with the door, and he looks around, and then he shuts the door a little bit. And then he turns around and slams the door harder onto it. And then does it yet again to mark the door up. And then, yeah, let's look, make sure I heard it. Yeah, I did. Good. I scratched this door up. Cool. I'm awesome. And totally would have got away with it, too, if it wasn't for those cameras that he didn't know existed. Can you imagine how often cops do shit like this and get away with it because there's no cameras to catch them? Just fucking angering, defund these motherfuckers. And, holy shit. This is a huge what the fuck. So apparently, these fucking shameless conservative grifters, like James O'Keefe, you know who James O'Keefe is? He's the con man who goes out and shoots undercover video of lefties and people in the media and stuff, and then deceptively edits them and puts them out and lies about the shit that they're talking about to try to make the left look bad. Been caught time and time again behaving completely dishonestly. He's a dishonest shithead con man. But apparently the right has given him so much money that he has enough to create vanity projects like this video of him dancing to a song that they wrote called, I don't know, I'll just play it for you guys. Holy shit. This is super cringe.
I just can't believe that my face is on TV. Oligarchy and my left to right, emoji, OP. Oligarchy. Do I have faith in truth? Does truth have faith in me?
James O'Keefe is suing Twitter for defamation.
They're fucking down because they confronted a Facebook executive.
So yeah, I've got plenty of monies to suck his own dick. Depressing to see how much these goddamn conservative grifters make, but not surprising either. And in New Jersey, this teacher was suspended because he started yelling at black kids about George Floyd. He's a high school teacher, and apparently they're doing teleconferencing to teach the kids because of the pandemic, and he decides to just go off and cuss at the kids. Look at this angry white motherfucker, just total loser. His life is clearly not going the way he wants it to, so he has to take it on everybody else. Good riddance.
A Zoom class unlike any other. Students say their Dickinson High School teacher gave them a profanity-laced lesson in hate. A discussion on climate change devolving into Howard Zlotkin airing his grievances.
If you think I'm privileged, then, you know, F you.
At one point, yelling at one student.
I'm privileged.
Tamia Williams, a 17-year-old senior, said the landscape and design teacher seemed to focus on black students, saying this about the killing of George Floyd.
I hear people whining and crying in Black Lives Matter, but George Floyd was a criminal that was being arrested.
Just picked 4 girls that, you know, they were black too. And he told them, like, you know, I want an essay from you guys.
But Tamia and her mother say they immediately contacted school officials and the Board of Ed.
Who does that? Yeah, imagine being such a fucking dumbass that you're teaching a high school class online and you just start screaming about George Floyd being a criminal and cussing at your students. Like, what is wrong with you, dude? So, yeah, you about to lose your jaw remix. And good on you. And don't know if you guys saw this one or not, but everybody was like, what the fuck about this picture of the Bidens taking a picture with the Carters, Jimmy Carter and his wife, where it appears that Joe Biden and Joe Biden are giants, and Jimmy Carter and his wife are little puppets. Craziness. And apparently the explanation for this is they were using some kind of wide angle lens, and it makes things on the outside closer to the camera look bigger than they are. But yep, holy shit, the land of the giants. Crazy big. And this is awesome, folks. Apparently, the cops have discovered the third gender. True story. According to them, our gender is trooper. Yeah, this is this Kentucky State Police who put out this picture. Our color is gray. Our gender is trooper. So finally, at least the Chuds are admitting there are more than 2 genders. That's a move in the right direction, in my opinion. Even though this is incredibly fucking stupid in every humanly way possible. And folks, you ever click on something and then immediately regret clicking on it? That's what happened to me. There was a trending Twitter link that was called Not For Men. And I was like, yeah, I got to click on this to see what the hell this is. So I clicked on it and it said, oh no, that was my response to clicking on it. Yeah, I'm going to kill myself. I clicked on it and it said, we are now selling homemade Trump toys for that special lady in your life, not for men. And it's dildos with Trump's head on the tip of it, folks. Yep. Not a cult whatsoever. Ladies, don't you want a obese, incredibly stupid, makeup caked on his face, can't even string a goddamn sentence together correctly, dotard inside of your vagina? Well, now you can have it. And I personally like the black one, because if I want to get fucked by a dildo with Trump's head on it, it got to be a black dildo because that's what I'm into. And yep, clicked on Not For Men to see why it was trending and thought male slender was afoot, but nope, it's much worse. Nope, not male slender, just Trump stupidity. And while we're at it, folks, I just want to point out how crazy hockey is for no goddamn reason. Like, has nothing to do with the sport, but for some reason, they just let them fight for no reason, and the refs allow it. So apparently, it's okay if they fight as long as they're on their feet. But as soon as it goes to the ground, that's no longer allowed. So yeah, just the whistle begins the beginning of it, and then three of them just fucking punching each other for no reason. What is happening? And then when they go to the ground, no, the refs have to stop it immediately because you're on the ground, because that's illegal somehow. You can only fight when you're standing, I guess. It all makes sense. And then, you went to the ground. We got to stop it over here. No ground fighting in hockey. And then, yeah, let's just whack each other. And then, you're on the ground. We got to stop you now. Just none of it makes any sense. What is going on in hockey? What the fuck? And God damn it. Conservatives not sending their fucking best. So this was a GOP lawmaker. Where was this? I guess it'll say where it was. But apparently they were having a debate about slavery in their state legislature. And somebody mistakenly called this guy Mr. Lynch, which was another GOP senator. So he makes a comment about how Mr. Lynch might be a good thing to call him, since they're about to talk about slavery. Holy goddamn shit. Imagine these motherfuckers not thinking, making a joke about being called Mr. Lynch when you're about to discuss slavery is problematic. And then, that's not even the most disturbing part. The most disturbing part is these motherfuckers lie about the 3/5 compromise to try to make it look like the North is the one who wanted the 3/5 compromise because they wanted to diminish the southern states' power to vote, when the exact opposite is the truth. The 3/5 compromise was because the South wanted more power in the federal government. So they wanted black folks, even though they had no rights to be counted among their populaces. And so they settled to consider them 3/5 a person so they can be counted in their populaces. So the slave owners could have more power and the southern states could have more power. So they're actually lying about the history of slavery, the history of the 3/5 compromise, because this is white supremacy, folks. This is where you retcon the past. You make up shit. You lie about the past to pretend that this country is not the racist dumpster fire that it actually is. So let me go ahead and play this entire thing for you. And the horrifying thing is, after they get done lying about all this, outright lying where anybody can do a Google search and know they're lying. Everybody already should know they're lying if you know anything about the history of our country and the 3/5 compromise. But they get an ovation from the conservative legislators. This is who is making laws in our states. This is terrifying. This is white supremacy.
Being called Mr. Lynch might be a good thing for what I'm about to say. No, just kidding.
A GOP lawmaker made a Lynch joke in his floor remarks on how schools should teach the history of slavery.
Going back to the founding and going back to the 3/5, I heard the comments and I appreciate them and I respect them. But the 3/5 compromise, of course, was an effort by non-slave states to try to reduce the amount of representation that the slave states had. It was not impugning anybody's humanity. It was an effort to, well, it's important to say we had this conversation on one side. Let's talk about it on the other. Is this really racist to be talking about what the 3/5 compromise was?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, it's racist to lie about it and to downplay the racist history of our country. That is fucking as racist as you could get, motherfucker. State Representative Ron Hanks made his joke after being confused with State Representative Mike Lynch. He later denied it was a reference to lynching. What the fuck else would it be? A Tennessee state representative also tried to rewrite the history of U.S. slavery, this is Tennessee, I guess, by praising the 3/5 compromise.
The 3/5 compromise was a direct effort to ensure that southern states never got the population necessary to continue the practice of slavery everywhere else in the country.
State Representative Justin Lafferty made the comments during a debate on a bill that would ban Tennessee schools from teaching critical race theory or the acknowledgement that systemic racism is part of U.S. history.
Appropriation based on population. That's how we pick. Everybody in here knows we've got 9, I hope I'm right, 9 state representatives. By limiting the number of population in the count, they specifically limited the number of representatives that would be available in the slave-holding states, and they did it for the purpose of ending slavery, well before Abraham Lincoln, well before a Civil War. Do we talk about that? I don't hear that anywhere in this conversation across the country.
Conversations around race are very uncomfortable in the Tennessee legislature. Representative Matt Lafferty's statement about how the Three-Fifths Compromise was created to end slavery was alarming, says State Representative Antonio Parkinson. But the real insult was when the House Republicans clapped for him when he finished his diatribe.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I'm sorry for taking so much time.
Yeah, let's clap for him. In reality, southern states wanted enslaved people to count towards a state's population for purposes of representation in Congress, even though they would have no rights or benefits from representation. The compromise was that they would be counted as 3/5 of a person. Legislation to limit teaching the history of U.S. racism has been introduced in states like Idaho, Texas, West Virginia, Oklahoma, and Missouri. So literally, they are trying to fight against the teachings of systemic racism, but they're actually proving systemic racism right now with their actions. Yet, obviously, they can't see it. They probably do see it. They just don't give a shit. Just white supremacy in your face because they know they'll be rewarded for it. In Tennessee, there's lots and lots and lots of fucking racist people. And so they hear, these aren't any dog whistles, but they hear this shit and they will reward them for it because these are the kind of trash the southern states are putting in charge of our laws. And that's why everything is so fucked up down here. Trash ass goddamn racist fucking conservatives. Shame on you. And another great example for this happened in Colorado, where State Representative Richard Holtorf is talking and just out of the blue calls one of the other representatives buckwheat. You know, buckwheat, who was a racist stereotype on the Little Rascals. The only thing he said was, "Ote." Remember that shit? So yeah, why not just call one of your coworkers in the legislature buckwheat out of nowhere? And then he's surprised that people were upset with him. He was like, "No, that's a term of endearment. Yeah, I just called you a darky jigaboo. It's a term of endearment." No, it's not. You're a racist piece of shit, and you deserve the criticism.
In many ROE rules, you're not allowed to fire until fired upon, because that is when your safety, that is when your life is threatened. I'm getting there. Don't worry, buckwheat. I'm getting there. Now,
sorry.
what I'd like to say, that's an endearing term, by the way.
Representative Holtorf, we must maintain order in here and not refer to any individuals other than in any inappropriate manner. So please do not do that any further.
Mr. Sullivan.
Mr. Holt,
why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me?
We're going to be in a recess. We're in a short recess.
Why are you yelling at me? Why am I?
So then after the kerfuffle, he gave a non-apology. The same non-apologies they've always give is, "I'm sorry if you were offended by what I said." Not that I'm a complete dumbass who said something clearly offensive that I shouldn't have said, but sorry if you were offended. So we'll see what the fuck happens. Probably nothing to this motherfucker. And little Benny Shapiro is out here misleading his audience like he always does. And he showed this picture that says, it's from the New York Post, and it says, this town used its $228,000 in COVID relief funds on a giant squid statue, which Ben Shapiro then says, squids are infrastructure, because he's always trying to shit on the Biden administration for their plans to build up American infrastructure. Even though Trump promised to do it, he didn't do it because he's full of shit. Biden's actually going to do it, but a lot of things are infrastructure that conservatives don't admit it's infrastructure, like, you know, internet and shit like that. But of course, little Benny Shapiro never reads past the headline. Why would he? Or maybe he did. Maybe he just wants to mislead his audience, because this actually happened in Japan. The small coastal town of Noto, Japan decided to spend $228,000 of its $7 million in COVID-19 relief money on a 13 by 29-foot statue of a giant squid because they want to get tourists to come in. And, you know, they probably will. This statue probably will bring in more than $228,000 in tourist money because people in Japan are freaky. They're freaky. I've seen the porn. It's freaky. And they'll probably come look at this. Somebody's going to try to fuck one of those holes. Not that one. That's way too big. They're going to make a hole and they're going to fuck that squid. You know what's going to happen. So, dishonest Benny Shapiro, as he always is. And next up on What the Fuck, did you guys see this one? So, this is Chud ass Greg Kelly, who is, I guess he has different right-wing shows, conservative shows on the internet. Another great example of fucking eat the rich, motherfucker. So here he is taking a picture with Trump in these fucking awful pants and awful shoes. Look how ugly this shit is. And here's the hilarious part, is how much he paid to look this stupid. But first off, he went public and said, everyone busting my crackers over the pants. Partially my fault because I called attention to them with the Bugle Boy comment. The truth is they're Balmain, the most prestigious brand in pants. My shoes are Ferragamo. Basically, I'm a sharp-dressed man. Thank you. No, you look like fucking trash. You look like a goddamn dork. You know nothing about fashion. You're a fucking moron. And the worst part is, yeah, he paid $1,415 for these ugly ass pants. Imagine paying over $1,400 to look this fucking stupid. So yeah, these conservatives are making way too much money. They have so much money they don't even know what the fuck to do with it. They just pay to get owned, which is hilarious. And you guys know who Benny Johnson is? Benny Johnson used to work for BuzzFeed magazine, but he got fired because it was discovered that over 40 of the articles that he wrote were plagiarized. So yeah, his career should have been over for fucking ever. But of course, he's a con man, so these con men do what they always do. He just leaned in to a full-fledged right-wing grift, and he took a job working for Turning Points USA, and he's now their chief creative director, in charge of all the creativity of Turning Point USA, and of course, being handsomely fucking rewarded for it, because it doesn't matter that he plagiarized 40 articles. Conservatives don't hold their side to the same account as the left does. They actually don't hold anybody accountable whatsoever, so it doesn't matter what you do. No matter how big of a piece of shit you are, all you have to do is become a right-wing mouthpiece, and you'll get incredibly rewarded for it and make a shit ton of money, which he is now. So, Vic Berger, you guys know who Vic Berger is? Cut up Benny Johnson's TED Talk to roast him over. And I must say, this is the cringiest, worst TED Talk in the history of TED. And that's saying something because TED Talk has really gone down the tubes in recent years. But letting this guy on your stage to give this cringe-ass speech takes the cake.
I didn't go to J school. Sorry. I didn't go to writing classes, and I didn't take a single poli-sci class, but I'm now a political reporter. So
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long journey to the capital city. It's a long wait while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll
love
be
this guy, right?
someday.
We can. Okay, so.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward.
Who's seen this? Who's seen this video? Look at all those hands. Look at that.
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Party.
Who's that? Who is this? Yell it. Grumpy Cat. Anybody know Erin McGurk girl? You know her? Yeah, she's famous. Who's that? Oh, yeah. Better in GIF form. You could just watch it over and over again. Mitt Romney, not as good at doing Gangnam Style. Mitt Romney, not as good. Ooh. Poor guy. This guy, these memes are great. Condescending Wonka? Anyone? Anybody seen this one? Yeah? Who's made one of these themselves? Have you ever gone Condescending Wonka and like made your own? Yeah.
I'm gonna stop this. It's too cringy. They're probably fucking gonna copyright me just for playing in the background. God damn it. Hard to do this show anymore. All this copyright bullshit. Next up on What the Fuck? Yeah, we get it. It's embarrassing. I can only guess this is in Russia or Belgrade. Is that a place? I think that's a place. I was educated in Mississippi. I am bad at geography. But anyway, apparently I'm going to assume they're on a date or something. And this happened. And so, yeah, they're talking and she just starts bashing her head into the window of the store. Over and over again, and then, yeah, bashes her head all the way through it and falls into the store, and he just walks away. That's what I would do. Walk away from the crazy lady. Because, yeah, she gonna chase you down. Here's another angle. Boom! And he's like, and I don't know why it's snowing. I guess she's knocking shit down from the ceiling. And, yeah, let me just fall through. That's not what you want. You want to cut an artery? Because that's how you cut an artery. And, yeah, get away from her. Run away quickly. Dude, you chose poorly. You can do better. I don't even know who you are. Don't know nothing about your life, but I do know this. You can do better. And last but not least, just going to play this because it's kind of funny. I guess trypanophobia must be the fear of needles. I didn't even look this up, but I'm going to assume this is what it is. Because in Malaysia, this guy got it bad. And dude, I went and got my vaccine. I barely felt it. Look at him. What a fucking wuss, dude. I barely felt it. Dude. I normally don't like to say this because it's sort of toxic masculinity, but butch up! What is your problem? No woman is ever going to want to sleep with you. Dude. Just look away. It'll be over in a second. And it's over. You barely felt it. Fucking wuss, get over it. So anyway, don't be afraid of the needle, folks. Like I said, I barely felt it. It was nothing. And that is my what the fuck section. Already 10 minutes past 9. Good Lord. Look at all this shit I haven't covered yet. I'm making good time through it, but so much happened this week. It's a embarrassment of riches. And let's check the super chat. Super chats. All right. Neko Agic. What's up, Neko Agic? Says, here's some love, Dusty. Get up, dude. I am getting it up. I can't help but to get it up. Hells yeah. Appreciate that, Neko Agic. That is very generous. I'm taking you so seriously. I'm getting it up just for you. And while I'm at it, folks, like the video. There are 609 people, 612 people watching the show right now, and only 281 likes. Don't you want to help me out? Don't you love me? Don't I work hard enough and do a great job on this show? It doesn't take you but a second, and it's free to like the video. Do it. And Catalina Gearbox, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I know, right? I get the reference. It's Futurama. It's a pretty good animation. Verum Terra. Oh, Shirt Dusty, they are going to temp ban you again for them flappy titties. I hope not. They might just, like age restrict it, which they do sometimes, which also makes it where no one watches your video, which sucks. But what you gonna do? I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna try to show what I want to fucking show on my goddamn show, and whatever happens, happens. It's all I can do. Jason Werner says, love you all. Hell yeah, we love you back, Jason Werner. And Cubic Lover 1972, Dusty, I feel animals shouldn't be in zoos. I think they should be in their natural habitat unless to keep their species alive. I have mixed feelings. I sort of agree with that, but also, like, I've seen animal documentaries, and living in the wild is stressful as fuck. They just die all over the fucking place because they eat each other, and it will be stressful having to worry every goddamn second of your life you're about to get eaten. You know, like a cougar could jump on you, a fucking eagle could fly down and swoop you up, crocodile could snatch you out while you're trying to drink out of the fucking water. It's just stressful. So, like in the zoo, at least they can fucking relax and not worry about having to get killed by predators and shit. But also, I sort of agree with you. It's a complicated subject. And Beast Nation 2009, that guy did not look the way I expected. Way too hot to be that creepy. Seriously, bro, change your thought process. You talking about the guy with his dick out? Yeah, dude. You could be hot and be creepy as fuck. Thank you, Beast Nation. Oh, shit. WDN gave me 100 pounds. Very generous. Gonna take you super serious. Dusty, love your show. Never stop. Here's money for the fluffies. Hell yeah, WND or WDN. I'm gonna call you WND. Long as guys like you, who are the heroes of the show, keep supporting me, I'm gonna do this show for fucking ever. Never gonna stop. And I'm actually getting better at it. I'm starting to learn what the people who criticize me don't like about the show. I think they don't really care about me being loud so much. Is that when I get all excited real quick and I change the tone of my voice where it becomes high pitched and seems shrieky. So as long as like when I get loud, I keep my voice in the same low register. It seems to be more pleasing to the ears. And so like I've only been doing live shows for 2 years. I never had any experience public speaking before. I've never done anything live before. And so I'm still learning and happy to evolve and getting better all the time. So I look forward to getting better. It's fun. And so I think I'm improving. So thank you guys who have criticized me without being whiny about it. I appreciate it. And thank you, WDN. And Leopard Herd, or Leop Herd, we love you and all the animals, Dusty. Hell yeah, I love you back, and so do the animals. Appreciate you supporting me. Catalina Gearbox, Jimmy will be making his Why I Left the Right video soon. You mean Why I Left the Left? He already sort of headed towards the Sargon way. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Like, I don't watch everything Jimmy Doorknob does. Maybe he does some fucking good work. I do know he continuously gets shouted out by chuds and shit. So, I know Shoe on Head's a big fan. We're going to shit on Shoe on Head a little bit, too. I don't usually shit on Shoe on Head because I've said my piece about her. But we are going to shit on it a little bit because I came across something very cringy and funny. That comes up in the Chud Watch section. And Proto, $5. Remember when Ben was right about Islam racism on Real Time with Bill Maher against Sam Harris and the whole skeptic community shat on non-extreme Muslims? I know. I have a video out that shit on Ben Affleck for the very thing you're talking about. And it's still up, I believe. It's called Stop Defending Islam. I think it's called that. And the gist of the video I still agree with, but I definitely would have done it a different way, and I wouldn't have shit on Ben Affleck like I did. It was wrong of me, and I was stupid. So there's that. And Ideal Paradox, Gun and Ammo Lobby. I already read that. Serenity Rose, what's up, Serenity? Give me $14.99. Very generous. Appreciate that. 3 a.m. here in the UK, and I can't keep my eyes open much longer, so please take my money so I can buy your forgiveness. Love to your fluffies from mine. I'm not keeping you awake. How can you not be awake for the greatest show in the history of the world? But I appreciate it, Senator Rose, and you'll watch it tomorrow, I'm assuming, and it'll still be here for you. And Space Ghost, give me $5 from Retracted. So I don't know if I get that money or not, but thank you anyway. Blue Tunkin, that guy with the needle may have had trauma. I say he is brave. Dusty, you rock. All right, maybe he is. Maybe he had some trauma in his past I'm not aware of, and I shouldn't shit on him so much. Good looking out, Blue Tonkin. And Space Ghost Martian. Oh my God, that TED Talk was so cringe. How are we not dead yet from it? I know, right? Cringe to death. I should have put a warning label on that. Make sure you guys don't die on me. And all right, appreciate that. More super chats if you want to. We're definitely doing overtime tonight, folks. Definitely overtime. So next up is a section I like to call, come on, open up, motherfucker. What is happening? Oh, there we go. Where is it? Only in America. And half this shit could have gone to the what the fuck section. Half of this shit could have gone in the Chudwat section. Like, a lot of these categories overlap, so I'm just doing the best I can categorizing them. But first off, did you guys see this one? So when I first saw this, it had a misleading headline. It said that this guy was a state representative, and while they were debating a new bill about distracted driving, he was actually driving in his car during this meeting. But that turned out not to be true. The truth is, they did talk about a bill earlier in the day about distracted driving, but it wasn't him. It wasn't this. It was something completely else, but it did happen in the same day. And so I'll go ahead and play this video. This state senator joined a video meeting while driving. On the same day, a distracted driving bill was introduced.
Senator Brenner.
Present. Senator Hackett.
Mr. President, no holds.
Thank you. Senator Brenner.
No holds.
Ohio State Senator Andrew Brenner was behind the wheel while participating in an Ohio Controlling Board meeting. At the beginning of the video call, Senator Brenner appears to be in a parked car. As the meeting progressed, he changed his background to an indoor scene and continued to drive.
Do any other members have questions at this time?
Not me. I don't give a fuck. Later that day, Senator Brennan told the Columbus Dispatch that he wasn't distracted. Yeah, of course you're not. And he has taken numerous calls while driving. You're totally looking over it constantly. I was paying attention to the driving and listening to it. I had 2 meetings that were back to back and were in separate locations. I'm not paying attention to the video. To me, it's like a phone call. We can literally see you continuously look over at it. You need to take your job more seriously. Do this shit from home. Don't be driving the fuck around in your goddamn car while you're handling state business. Hours before that meeting, Ohio lawmakers had introduced HB 283, which would crack down on distracted driving. The proposed bill would ban people from using any electronic device for non-navigational purposes while driving. Traffic officers would be able to cite people for using or holding any device. So, yep, not a good look, dude. You were definitely distracted. You're going to kill somebody. Make time out of your busy schedule and do your job right. And the FBI busted this guy who stormed the Capitol. I guess he was from New Jersey, because he bragged about it to his elderly mother about storming the Capitol. And his elderly mother bragged about it to one of her friends. And one of her friends told their grandchild, and their grandchild totally ratted his ass out. So he got busted like a motherfucker. Let this be a lesson to you all. Loose lips sink ships. If you're breaking the law, you better keep that shit close to the vest. Don't tell your best friend. Don't tell your relatives. Don't tell fucking nobody unless you want to get goddamn caught. Now, of course, I had no experience breaking the law. I'm a 100% law-abiding citizen, never broken the law in my life, so I don't have any experience. But just saying, can't trust anybody because they'll tell somebody else who tells somebody else, and then eventually you're going to get caught. That's how most people get caught, because they can't keep their big-ass mouth shut. They want to brag about fucking everything. So enjoy your jail time, dumbass. And another example of one of these rioters trying to pass the buck and not take responsibility. According to his attorneys, the reason that he stormed the Capitol is because he had Foxitis and Foxmania from watching too much Fox News. It's Fox's fault, folks. An attorney for an accused Capitol rioter said his client had been radicalized by Fox News and that he had Foxitis and Foxmania. Anthony Antonio, what a name, of Clayton, Delaware, watched Fox News for 6 months prior to the Capitol riot. The attorney said during a multi-defendant hearing on Thursday related to the Capitol siege, the attorney said his client started believing what was being fed to him by the news outlet and former President Donald Trump. Yeah, well, that's true. You're dumb. You got brainwashed, but you still are responsible for your fucking actions. So, yeah, this is not a good defense, dude. Yeah, we know you got radicalized, but that's because you're dumb. Dumb people still got to be held accountable for their fucking actions. They got to pay for it. So good luck to you. And another story about these QAnon people. So this QAnon dipshit, I guess he started doing this thing online where he said, hey, if you go to my favorite diner and you're in the military, they will give you free food and I will pay for it. So go in that diner and order free food and I will pay for it. And I guess he got his Chud ass fans online to give him money on his GoFundMe to pay the bill of military people at this diner. And he did it for a while, apparently. And then suddenly he stopped. And the military people went in there and rang up $10,000 or more in bills. And he refused to pay it. He basically kept the money for his fucking self. And he complained that, hey, that diner never gave me any free shit. After all this business I was bringing to them, they never given me free shit. So, why should I keep paying them? So just scum of the earth. I don't really feel that bad. I feel a little bad for the diner, but not that bad because like when you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. Maybe you don't want to be in business with conservative shitheads because that's what the fuck happens. And you know, Trump supporters are like Trump. They never pay their bills. When you guys going to learn? Thoughts and prayers. And a great example right here, folks. This is a little bit old, but it's a perfect example of how all these lying, cowardly, conservative motherfuckers who claim they love the police, who claim they back the blue, are totally fucking full of shit and will turn on the police in a heartbeat when it suits them.
Piece of shit! Fuck the blue! Fuck the blue! Following orders guide! 1984 was not an instruction manual! Jesus Christ! Here's the CC CCP! CCP! CCP!
Do you still back the blue?
I back the blue. I back all the blue. And we won't use force. We won't use lethal force. We will use this force, God's force.
I'll back the blue, and that means I won't murder you with guns. I would just beat the shit out of you. Yeah, that makes total sense, doesn't it? Nope, you're all full of fucking shit. It's all just a LARP. If you want an example of virtue signaling, which is a term I hate, there you go. And folks, only in America. Good God, we're such a fucking trash country. So this guy has a banner, a flag of Trump 2020 for some reason. Like it was 2021, he lost, but a brand new one. He just bought this one. And it's bigger than my fucking house. And I have a big house. I have a 3,600 square foot house. This goddamn flag is bigger than my fucking house. And look at this crazy motherfucker who put it up. He's exactly the type of person you would expect to have a flag of Trump bigger than my house.
All right, last month we spoke to a Minnesota business owner who refused to take down a massive Trump 2020 flag that violated his city's ordinance. Jay Johnson is facing increased fines and says not even jail time can stop him from flying this huge flag over his construction business. Just this weekend, he doubled down, put up an even bigger flag. This one is 40 by 60. It is 900 square feet bigger than his previous flag. So this thing's like 3,600 square feet. It is huge, the size of the footprint of a house. He's also flying it proudly in the small city of Buffalo, Minnesota, which is, I guess, is technically a blue state.
All right, wait for it. It gets even crazier. Like literally, barely even enough electricity in his brain to breathe and walk around. And you can tell as soon as he opens his mouth, crazy as fuck.
Even funnier. Jay Johnson joins us now. Jay, great to have you back. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
So it's a bigger flag, slightly different than the last one. It has the names Trump and JFK Jr. on it. Is that right? With the slogan, "Where we go one, we go all." Explain this flag.
Well, Trump to me is the Lone Ranger, and the Lone Ranger needs a guy by his side, and that's JFK. And so I decided to put it up and leave the people think about what's going on.
Sure. I mean, how do you bring JFK into this? Explain that a little bit to me.
Well, JFK and Donald Trump were friends, and I don't know if you know this, but Donald Trump is president.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump needs a vice president. So when the time was right, I bring him out. And he's your new vice president.
There you go.
So folks who don't know, JFK Jr. died over a decade ago in a plane crash. So yeah, folks, Trump is the president, and he's going to resurrect the dead body of JFK Jr. to be the vice president. It just makes sense, folks. It just makes sense. America. Of course, there's a popular QAnon conspiracy theory that believes JFK Jr. is still alive and that Trump is just waiting to unleash him on the public as the new vice president. They literally believe this, folks. I wish this was just a LARP. I wish they were just joking, but they really believe this. This is how crazy conservatives are now. Have no bearing in reality whatsoever. And here's another example, folks. I could just show you clips like this all fucking night, but here's the protest outside Facebook headquarters because Facebook upheld the ban of Donald Trump this week. And Trump supporters with their chud asses are not taking it very well. They have all these Trump flags in front of it.
Since the Constitution no longer applies to Americans when it comes to the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, all the amendments.
First off, Facebook banning Trump has nothing to do with the First Amendment. The First Amendment says nothing about private companies having to platform anybody they don't want to. The New York Times doesn't have to let me write articles for the New York Times. The fact that they're not platforming me has nothing to do with free speech. They never know what they're talking about. It's all ridiculous. But please continue. It gets worse.
When it comes to the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, all the amendments, all the above, I figure, well, if the Constitution isn't being upheld, maybe we just need one good person to come in and fix everything. And, I think Trump would make a great king, excellent. And his children and their children's children, I think he raises their children perfectly. So, yeah, I would love to see Trump as king. Why not?
Yeah, why not, folks? Let's just get rid of our democracy. I love the Constitution so much. I want to end democracy and put a king in and have their kids rule us forever. Just their bloodline forever and ever. Like, I'm not blaming every conservative for this, but so many of the conservatives, they fucking hate democracy. They actually hate this fucking country. They hate the Constitution. They really want to see a dictator rule us all and just murder anybody they don't like. They're crazy, scary motherfuckers. And here's more example. CNN went out. No, this is actually Fox News. Fox News went out and they asked old boomer chud ass motherfuckers how they felt about Joe Biden's first 100 days. And here's their response.
If you had to rate Biden's first 100 days on a scale from 1 to 5 being the best, you would rate him what?
Suck.
Describe why suck.
It's un-American. It's absolutely un-American.
Why?
Because I like Trump better.
Is that my only choice, 1 to 5? Because my real answer is -2 to the infinite degree.
If you had to rate Biden's first 100...
They have no idea why, though. I just like Trump better. Oh, it's un-American. They had no clue what he's done. All they do is sit around and watch Fox News all day, and they're mad at him because he picked a dandelion or some shit. Or that he tripped downstairs or whatever. Just nonsensical bullshit continuously. And here's what whiny piss babies the conservatives are. This is Josh Mandel, who was an Ohio state senator. He's like, these are the radicals that show up to protest my church events. If they think they're going to intimidate me and our army of faith warriors, they are sorely mistaken. Yeah, look at these scary radicals who are trying to intimidate him. Oh, God, they're so scary. These tiny women, I guess she's not that tiny, with their Trans Life Matter rainbow flags. Oh, it's terrorism, isn't it? Standing there holding a sign. Always got to play the victim, these fucking whiny piss babies. And I've said before, folks, obviously in every humanly possible way, Biden is better than Trump. But like, I've not been a huge fan of his. But it is so refreshing to have a press secretary that's eloquent, that can actually answer questions, that doesn't dodge them, doesn't treat the press like the enemy. And so they're trying to do gotchas. These right-wing conservative douchebags are trying to do gotchas on her. She shuts them down with the first question, but the second part of her answer is so beautifully, eloquently said, I had to show it to you guys. Because like I said, it's totally fucking refreshing to have a responsible, educated, qualified person as the press secretary for the President of the United States.
Thank you, Jen. Yesterday you said that the CDC engaged with around 50 stakeholders when coming up with these guidelines for reopening schools. So in addition to the Teachers Union, the American Federation of Teachers, who are these other roughly 50 stakeholders?
Well, let me give you, I'm not going to read all 50, because, and I'm happy to send them to you after. But just as an example, while I find this lengthy list, they include the YMCA, they include the Council of Chief State School Officers, the National Association of School Nurses, the National Governors Association, Big Cities Health Coalition, Autism Speaks, Council of Great City Schools. So there's a range of organizations, and as we were talking about yesterday, the objective is to have a better understanding of implementation, how it would work, and ensure that these guidelines can be implemented and they would not provide harm to the communities that they would be impacting.
But can you just explain maybe just a little bit more, why the CDC needs all of this input from so many outside entities? Why can't it just come up with these science-based guidelines on its own?
Well, they do so to ensure that the recommendations are feasible to implement and that they adequately address the safety and well-being of individuals the guidance is aimed to protect. And that type of consultation is pretty standard as a part of their consideration processes.
Oh, holy shit. What an amazing answer. Nailed it. Man, I'd be so frustrating have to answer conservative idiots asking the dumbest fucking questions all the time, but she does a good job. I have to give it to her. And speaking of Biden, hate to show for Biden, but remember, during the debate, let me show you this.
If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay.
Yeah, the stock market's going to crash, folks. He said it over and over again. If you like Joe Biden, all of your retirement money is going to disappear. It's going to be horrible, but nope. Dow raises another 100 points to touch another record high amid better than expected jobs data. So, yep, all-time highs in the stock market, which is not a good way to judge the health of the economy. It's not at all. It's a good way to judge the rich in this country. But the stock market is rigged from the very beginning in multiple ways. But one way is they take out the companies that are doing the worst, and they only include the companies that are doing the best. So it's always going to go up regardless of anything. But still, Trump full of shit, fear-mongering. When are Trump supporters going to pull their heads out of their goddamn asses and realize it? And last up on Only in America, apparently this company created a vest that has an airbag that deploys for motorcyclists when they crash. And they have it, I guess it's Wi-Fi, so it stops working if you miss a payment. So yeah, that's the most capitalist thing I could think of. Buying a safety vest to keep you from dying that just kills you if you miss a payment. Sounds about right to me. And all right, I'm not going to go too much into that. Already an hour and a half into the show. Let's take a break and read the chats, and we'll get into our big-ass Chud Watch section. Chud Watch coming at you next. But first up, Super Chats, and Evan Glare says, anyone know if the POTUS Twitter is back or will come back now that Biden administration is in control? I don't know. I'm sure Biden has his own Twitter that he uses. That's not connected with Trump. That's what I would guess, but not sure. Eric Morris, 1999, doesn't say anything, but that is very generous. Thank you, Eric Morris. You rock. And Zoron says, we always knew watching Fox News leads to mental illness. At least we have a new term, Foxitis, to describe what's wrong with people. Yeah, they're turning on their own propaganda network. You love to see it. And Space Goes Martian. Oh my God, that TED Talk was so cringe. How are we not dead yet? From you already read that. All right, cool. Is that all of it? All right, I guess that's all the new ones. All right. More super chats, please, if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the Chud Watch because we're already going to go into overtime as it is. So I need to hurry. So next up, Chud Watch. It's time for Chud Watch. We talk about chuds and make fun of them. And first off on Chud Watch, and I did know that. Don't say I didn't. My beautiful fucking singing. Lauren Shan doing her best Mean Girls impression. This is some Blair White shit right here for you folks. So you just go find pictures of somebody who you don't like their new look, and then you post them for your audience of 268,000 to make fun of because she's trash. And it says, postmodernist hate beauty. And it's simply a picture of a girl who graduates high school, and she looks, pretty mainstream, I guess. And I guess after high school, I don't even know if she's doing this because she's dressed up for something or this is her new look. Either way, it doesn't matter. She's expressing herself in any way she wants to or dropping out by first year of college. Yeah, who gives a shit? Let people be happy. What kind of fucking bully takes pictures of people who are of no consequence and tries to make fun of them to their 268,000 followers? Just Mean Girls bullshit, conservative trash. And Jordan B. Peterson, he's back and making the rounds again. Miserable as fucking always. And remember, folks, he's apolitical. He's not conservative. He's not political at all. But here he is going on Fox Nation with Tucker Carlson. And I'm sorry, folks. What he's saying here is just simply fucking bullshit. It's hard to not hard to understand. I guess I can believe it because it's conservatives we're talking about and they're dumb. But it's so frustrating that people think this guy is intellectual and this guy is saying anything of meaning whatsoever. Do it. It's loading. Come on, load. Here we go.
You need a meaning in life. You need a purpose to sustain you through the catastrophe of life, through the suffering of life. You need a meaning. It's not optional. And the deeper the meaning, the better. And it's definitely the case that people find that meaning primarily in the adoption of responsibility. And that case isn't being made well in our culture, especially not to young people. But there's a hunger, a mass hunger for that idea. And I suppose that's because it's been ignored or hasn't been articulated well for, a number of decades in the popular culture.
Bullshit. Taking responsibility for our society is hugely popular, especially among the left. That's what this social justice movement is all fucking about. Taking responsibility to make the world a better place, to go out and hold up signs, to protest, to try to make life more equal and fair for your fellow human beings is something that the vast majority of left-wing young people take incredibly seriously. It has been droned into our head, not just by other people in our society, but every movie, every TV show. So this thought, this brain fart, this lie that he's telling, that responsibility is not something that's had a good case being made to young people in this country is ridiculous. He just doesn't agree with social justice movements. He doesn't agree with the responsibility that they take on themselves. So he's not willing to admit that they are taking responsibility on themselves to make life better. But they absolutely fucking are, regardless if he wants to acknowledge it or not. So he's pretending that he's, oh my God, I'm one of the only ones out here telling people to take responsibility for shit. I'm the father figure that's helping the youth of America see the direction they're supposed to take. It's total fucking bullshit. Made up fiction by this goddamn con artist pretending that society is not better than it actually is. Absolutely infuriating. I'm going to skip the next part where he bitches about how mean everybody is to him after he spoke out. And by speaking out, let me just show you this fucking stupid headline. Jordan Peterson tells Tucker Carlson his life has not been happy since speaking out. No, his life is not unhappy because he spoke out. His life is unhappy because he's a fucking liar and a con man. Because he came out and he said that Bill C-16 was going to make people get charged with hate crimes for simply making fun of a trans person's clothing. He repeatedly lied over and over again, and that's why his life has not been good. Not because he fucking spoke out, Newsweek. It's your fucking bullshit headline. So whine more, Jordan Peterson. Love to see it. And all right, I'm going to skip that one. Governor Ron DeSantis, he's the governor of Florida, signed a new slate of bills that basically makes it harder for people to vote by mail. Even though like 45% of Florida votes by mail, they want to make it harder and harder to vote because they want to disenfranchise black votes and Democrats from voting. That's what it's all about, folks. But he also has this thing where he wants to make it illegal for businesses to demand that their customers are vaccinated. And so this is having an incredibly terrible detrimental effect on Florida, as you might imagine, because businesses like Norwegian Cruise Lines, who are one of the largest cruise lines in the world, obviously they don't want people who are not vaccinated to come on their cruise ships because it's basically an incubator for COVID. It's a petri dish for COVID on those goddamn cruise ship where everybody's tightly packed together. So they want to make sure that the safety of their customers are first and foremost. So they want to make sure everybody that comes on board is vaccinated, but it's illegal to demand that in Florida. So they're basically skipping Florida for now, or threatening to skip Florida as their port of entry, which is going to cost Florida, I don't know, billions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Imagine if a Democrat was doing this. Imagine how much they would be bitching about them being job killers and government overreach. But when conservatives do it, it's a completely different story. They never held accountable for anything. So good luck, Floridians. This is what you vote for. Lie in your bed, motherfuckers. And it's always opposite day on Hannity. Beyond parody, folks. They don't believe what they're saying, so you can't take them seriously. But good God, this is absurd land.
On the left, you're allowed to lie and make crazy, ridiculous, totally insane, untrue statements, and you can get a free pass. On the left, you're allowed to...
You can get a free pass. Now, the 100% opposite of reality. The left actually holds their side at least somewhat accountable, especially for past wrongdoings, for lies and shit. And it's the right who are literally denying reality, literally denying that Biden is president. The vast majority right now of the Republican Party believes in the Q conspiracy theory, even though we know that it is the owners of 4chan or 8chan who is behind it. Just absolutely fucking ridiculous in every goddamn way. And even more craziness on Fox News. Tucker Carlson is now telling his audience to harass people who wear face masks outside. If they see children wearing face masks, Tucker says the response should be no different than when you see a kid being abused. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. So, who could possibly foresee that this is going to lead to violence? Well, 1 week later, Asian woman walking in Manhattan, bashed with a hammer by a stranger, demanding victim remove mask. So, there are consequences to all this shit, but Tucker Carlson is an evil, white supremacist piece of shit who doesn't care who he hurts, doesn't care what violence is spread because of the lies he tells. He just cares about fucking making money, and that's it. And folks, Tucker Carlson says, if you let Democrats force you to get the vaccine, they'll completely control you forever. Tucker Carlson is vaccinated himself. They literally don't give a shit what they say. It doesn't matter. The opposite of what Hannity says. They can lie. They can actually live in their actions the opposite of their words, and they're never held accountable. They're rewarded for it. And now is the part of the show where I shit on Sean Hannity a little bit. So I was reading this article about Sean Hannity, this long article. I'm not going to get into the article, but there was one part of the article that I found really interesting. So apparently, Sean Hannity has this running thing that she does. I'm sure she will call it a joke or she will call it a running joke, but it's very hard to tell when they're joking or they're serious or some combination. Sometimes when you're joking, there's truth in that joke. So it's really hard to tell. Every time they're caught out for their bullshit, they just say, I'm just joking, man. It's just a joke. So it's really fucking hard to tell. But she has this running thing that she does where she posts tweets that are thirst traps for Tucker Carlson. I shit you not. I did not know this, but she's done this a lot where she seems to have sexual fantasies or a sexual liking for Tucker Carlson. Here, start saying Jimmy Dore's her favorite, but here we go. Holy shit, Tucker. Tucker went off. This is a threat. This is a tweet from Sean Hannity from August 28th of 2019. Holy shit, Tucker went off. MSNBC would never. That's a shout out to Tucker Carlson because he says, I'm living in a mirror universe from his episode he did about Trump is exterminating Latinos, which I guess was something he claims MSNBC said. Then she says, Tucker, dump Trump and become Bernard brethren. You know you want to. And then she ats Tucker Carlson and says, hey. And then she says, why must my followers torment me? With the picture says, I hate you, but I love you, but I hate you, with the heart picture of Tucker Carlson. And next tweet, the feeling when you never do lines of cocaine with Tucker Carlson backstage at the Turning Point USA convention. Why live? And then somebody says, I see they found your Tucker Carlson thirst tweets. And she says, not yet they haven't, with the picture. It's the meme of Superman. And Aquaman walking up behind him, going to scare him. And the Superman picture says, left Twitter, canceling me for courting MAGAs. And the Aquaman picture says, my Tucker Carlson thirst post. So, yeah. Let's see if there's any more. I guess that's all of her Tucker Carlson thirst posts. But, yeah, she has like a history of doing thirst posts over conservative shitheads. So maybe she was just joking, folks. Maybe it's a joke. But like, honestly, a running joke about how bad you want and you thirst for a white supremacist who has a right-wing show that causes incredible harm and death, which his show absolutely does by misleading people. It's cringe as fuck. Even if it's a joke, it's cringe, in my opinion. So anyway, thought that was interesting. And did you guys see this one? So apparently, Brian Kilmeade of Fox and Friends had 6th graders on. Are you smarter than a 6th grader? He's not, because this 6th grader was much smarter than him. And the 6th grader said something he didn't like, so he had to come back with a little snarky comment. Let's watch.
How close are you to getting back in the room? What do you miss most about not being in school?
I miss most, obviously, seeing my friends and all the after-school activities that I've done. And I think that we're very, very close getting back to school. And I think that the way that our new president is handling things is a very good way, and we would not have gone to this if it were still the last president.
Really? That's hard to believe, because the last president was saying, I want every kid back in school.
Really? Really, sixth grader? But remember, Trump said he wanted every kid back in school, so it's hard to believe. You think that? Yeah. He also said Mexico was going to pay for the wall. Trump said all kinds of ridiculous bullshit. He also downplayed mask wearing and the pandemic, even admit that he downplayed the pandemic. Did a fucking terrible job. So yes, Biden is better on the pandemic in every goddamn possible way, regardless of the lies Trump told. Imagine being triggered by a sixth grader. But it's Fox News. It's unsurprising. But folks, be very afraid. As every one of you who lives in a suburb already knows, Joe Biden has destroyed the suburbs.
All right, Donald Trump warned us that Biden would destroy the suburbs if he was elected president. Looks like he was right again. Charlie Kirk has more on that.
So yeah, Charlie Kirk, watermelon head Charlie Kirk, gonna tell you how Donald Trump was right again. Because, you know, Trump was right about everything, clearly. And the suburbs are completely destroyed. Literally, nothing has happened to the suburbs. The suburbs are completely fine. Abso-goddamn-lutely ridiculous fear-mongering in every way. And Dave Rubin admitting what I said a long time ago. When I was calling people like Sargon and Dave Rubin conservative. They're conservatives. They're Republicans. All their shithead supporters came out and said, Dusty, no, they're not. They're classic liberals. They're actually liberals, Dusty. So, and I said at the time, yeah, a classic liberal is somebody who was liberal 200 years ago, which today is conservative. Somebody who wishes society was still what it was 200 years ago, but doesn't like the fact that we evolved to the point we are now, and would like to see it de-evolve back to the way it was 200 years ago, and hate to see any progress, any evolution in our society now. And now he's fully fucking admitting it.
That is actually the new conservative position, that like, hey, America's pretty great. Let's save this thing. Let's conserve this 250-year-old thing. So I am completely on board that. And I have for me to keep running around saying I'm a liberal, even though technically by the 1770 definition of liberal and what the founders meant by liberal, yeah, it's true, but it's just like, the ship has sailed, it's okay, I tried. I walk down the street, sometimes people be like, oh, classical liberal, how you doing, high five. Yeah. But like, you know, can I save this thing from the wokesters? Probably not.
Yeah. Can I save this thing from the wokesters? Which reminds me, have you bullied a lefty that uses woke as an insult today? If not, make sure you go bully them. Bully them often, bully them hard. Fuck them for helping the right spread their goddamn narratives. And, oh my God, you guys see this one? This is so cringe. I hate even covering Milo, but since he's so cringe, I just sort of had to. Literally, the guy would do anything for attention, and I hate to give it to him. But he claims that he flew out to Hawaii to try to throw his $150,000 engagement ring into a volcano. But before he flew to Hawaii, I guess he didn't look it up to see how much it would cost to rent a chopper and fly over a volcano. And apparently when he got to Hawaii, he realized it was prohibitively expensive to do so. So he decided just to go throw his $150,000 engagement ring, which he calls a sodomy stone, into the ocean. And believe me, folks, it's Milo. So you know he actually did this. You know he 100% threw a $150,000 ring into the ocean like it's goddamn Titanic or some shit. Skip to the end.
It's coming up as $145,000, 758. So I guess for whatever that means.
Let me get drunk and do this. Let me get drunk and pretend like I'm actually doing this. When everybody who has a fucking brain in their head knows I am never, ever gonna go throw $150,000 ring away. I will literally do and say anything for money. So clearly I am not going to do anything that's gonna cost me money. But here he is, hurry up.
Fuck.
Fake as shit, but he will stoop to any level to get attention. It doesn't matter. Has no shame whatsoever. And you'd love to see how far he has fallen. And this is Newsmax, I guess. They're sort of telling the truth, folks. They sort of know what Darwin Award winners are, but they don't understand that it's actually them who are the Darwin Award winners and not the people they're speaking out against. Here they are claiming that the people that take the vaccine are going to die off in droves, and the people that don't take the vaccines are actually the smart ones who are going to be completely safe, because, you know, that's reality.
I will just keep on going back to the positive news.
Yeah.
Those that tell me that I am a raging lunatic, those that tell me, what science do you have to be giving this advice? It's a shame and it's scary that you have a platform and you're telling people to wait on this vaccine. Those people are going to be the ones that end up going to get the injection. Those people will be the ones that end up falling over and dying. And that sample group of people, we will be in a better place without them. Sadly, I mean, I don't know. I'll probably get kicked off the air for saying that. But you know what? I will never lie. I will never lie on this platform, and that's just the truth. Deanna Lorraine, shots fired.
I felt guilty for thinking that last night, but I was thinking maybe Darwin's theory is true.
I will just keep on going.
Maybe Darwin's theory is true, and the people that get the vaccines are going to, no, opposite of that. It is true. And those of you who die because you refuse to get the vaccines and you didn't have children, you will be Darwin Award winners. So, waiting for that. And all right, I was going to do the story about Mississippi and how the Secretary of State came out and basically said we're in the end times and we need Christians running everything. And then the governor of Mississippi got up and spoke afterwards and how crazy and scary that is. But I'm going to save that till the next show, I think, if I need some more stuff to cover on the next show. I got so much stuff to cover. And here's the pro-life party for you folks. Here's how scary a lot of these conservatives are. Needs to be on some kind of watch list. This is the back of this guy's truck. And it says, Biden is not president. I hope you all die soon. Fucking demons. Yep. Definitely not scary terrorists in any way, are they? These conservatives. 100% Donald Trump supporter, 100% QAnon believer. They want us all to die. They're scary as fuck. Literal fucking terrorist. And folks, same old playbook as always. It's always 2 weeks away. This is former Trump lawyer, hugely popular now in the Republican Party because they've completely been taken over by the Q conspiracy theorists. Lynn Wood on Parler says, over the next 10 to 14 days, you will learn shocking information about many of our government officials and wealthy elite, child sex trafficking, and pedophilia, the worldwide pandemic. Revelations will relate to Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Chief Justice John Roberts, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Mike Pence, Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates, and thousands more. I have seen the evidence. It's conclusive. This truly is the battle between good and evil. First off, if you've seen the evidence, why are you waiting 2 weeks? Won't a lot more children be tortured and murdered and raped in those 2 weeks? What kind of person of moral character with a conscience would see all this evidence and not immediately release it so these children could be saved? Somebody who's lying their fucking ass off, somebody who's an incredibly horrible human being that is a grifter and just trying to con people out of money? Yeah, but it's always 10 to 14 days away, folks. Don't worry. It'll happen in 2 weeks. And of course, in 2 weeks, when nothing happens, it's another 2 weeks and another 2 weeks, and another 2 weeks, forever and ever and ever, because it doesn't matter if they lie to these people. These people want to be lied to. They don't remember what you said. They only remember how you made them feel. And reassuring lies makes you feel good in the moment, so they always reward you for it. And you got to keep doing it forever. We'll see more of that in the religious bullshit segment. And they're such liars, folks. Like shooting fish in a barrel. Let's see if we can locate the hypocrisy in this conservative ass Holocaust deniers rant.
Like most of the whole hucksters, what they do is they attack the person.
All right, like most of the hollow hucksters, which is what they call anybody that believes in the Holocaust, they just attack the other person. 30 minutes earlier, here's what he said.
and he's trying to make it look like you're the fool, but he's the fool because he's stupid.
Yeah, he's the fool. He's stupid. So literally attacking the other person's character. Exactly what he said that they do to him. Now, and then he goes on to say a little bit later.
Their credentials.
They attack their credentials. Now here's him 30 minutes earlier.
He considers himself a scientist. I don't know how he can do that, but he says he's a scientist.
Attacking his credentials. So you're literally doing the exact thing you're accusing the other person of doing. Classic conservative hypocrisy. And last one on the Chud. Well, I already talked about that, about how Facebook upheld the ban of Donald Trump on their platform because all he's going to do is spread lies. We know that he whips people up into frenzies on purpose in hopes of turning them against other people and committing violence. We already covered this. We know this is true. So fuck that dude. And that is my religious bullshit for today. I am going to come back. I'm going to skip over. No, that was my Chud Watch for today. That was my Chud Watch for today. I'm going to skip over my huge religious bullshit segment. And we're going to do the Karen section. And we're going to finish it up with one palate cleanser. I'm going to save the religious bullshit till Monday because I'm going to need probably stuff to cover on Monday. There's no reason to do 3 hours tonight. I'll probably end up doing another 20 minutes of overtime on the Karen stuff. So overtime coming at you, folks. But first up, let's read the super chats. And Garmin763 says, Yo, Dusty, good show as usual. I hope to hear your riff on the fact that Chinese rocket is expected to fall back to Earth tomorrow. I did not have this on my 2021 bingo card. Haha, keep the kiddies undercover. I will, man. I'll have to look into that. Don't know nothing about Chinese rocket, but just for you and your $20, I'm going to look into it. Matthew Hanley, LOL, Milo sold that ring a long time ago. I know, right? Total bullshit. I don't know if anybody believes that, but maybe they do. Maybe there's somebody that dumb out there. Evan Glare, anyone know? Already read that. All right. I think I'm caught up. All right, last chance to get in your super chats if you want to reward me for overtime, which you should, because overtime is amazing as usual. And gotta finish out the show, the little Karen section that I like to call. Come on, open, you can do it. Why is this not open? Oh, it is open. I'm just stupid. All right, dipshit, you're caring too much. And first up on Caring Too Much. This is all over right-wing social media. I looked at this guy's Facebook page. The Chuds are calling him a hero. They have a GoFundMe for him. They're saving up money to reward him for doing this, to pay his legal fees. This guy went into a pharmacy and stole an entire vial of COVID-19 vaccine and ran out the door with it, which is enough vaccine not only to treat him, but to treat 5 other people. But why the fuck would he care?
I want to read it. I'm taking the vaccine. I just want to read the vial thing. Okay.
That's the package.
Okay. This is the vaccines in there?
No, sir.
Hey, you.
Sir?
I will be taking my vaccine here, guys. We're going to go test this. We're going to bring it to the lab. I'm going to investigate it here. You got wood trade here. You can take the mask.
Hey, Rob.
And
sir?
I'll be taking this vaccine here. Don't touch me, okay? This is my vaccine, guys. Just want to... Dude, this is poisoning people, okay? So, just taking my vaccine. We are,
That's not the one you're getting anyway.
It ain't? It's a vaccine, though, right? Okay, cool. I mean, I got it, so it don't matter. We out of here. Glad they didn't lock the doors on me. She didn't want to let me get it. But I got it again, guys. Yes, it is. It's the Johnson & Johnson one. No, I had to finesse that one a little bit. Seemed like they were expecting it or something. But praise the Lord, guys. I got a full vial this time. Full vial. And they're definitely calling the cops. But let's check it out. Yep, the Janssen COVID vaccine. All right, to the lab we go.
Yeah, going to jail to own the libs. And for those of you asking, yes, it is a felony to steal a controlled substance from a pharmacy. So, unfortunately, Like I said, he's being held as a hero by the same people that tell black people, hey, just obey the law. If you would obey the law, nothing would happen. But they don't really give a shit about the law when it comes to them. They consider criminals like this fucking heroes. They're going to reward him. Yes, he's probably going to go to jail, at least for some time. But when he gets out, he'll have a huge GoFundMe waiting on him. He'll make bank off this because this goddamn trash country that we live in continuously rewards bad behavior over and over and over again. This is what conservatives are. This is what Republicans are. Shit humans. And we have a couple of different videos that have basically the same title, yet it's different instances of this. They're having school board meetings all over the country where they're talking about how to properly bring children back into schools. And the parents are pissed off because, oh no, the kids might have to wear masks sometimes. And they're freaking out at the public school board meetings. And here's the first example of this. I don't know what state this is in. It doesn't say. But they're so emotional, folks. Definitely bats in the belfry.
We don't need to. The science says we don't need to.
We're going to go out the door. Here, the
We do not need masks for our kids. It's child abuse. Do not.
You're being escorted.
Take the masks off our kids. Thank you for your feedback.
Definitely watching too much Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
It's child abuse. God damn it. Like literally sometimes I'll be wearing the mask from Walmart all the way till I get home in my car because I forget it's on. Because it's literally nothing. Doesn't hurt your breathing. Doesn't do anything. You just forget about it. But to them, child abuse. Just so fucking stupid. Another example. Here's the distressing part about this video. After this woman gets through with her crazy rant, the other white trash, dumbass, chud fuck parents give her an ovation for her screaming, ranting nonsense. Imagine clapping for that. Some unstable, overly emotional moron screaming to the top of their lungs. These fucking Karens. But yeah, let's clap for it. We're so fucked, folks. This country is depressing. And this dude, you can't see his face at first, but you'll see it at the end. Gets into an altercation with another guy. I guess this is in Canada because even racist folks are in Canada. And look at him being racist as shit. And then when the camera gets turned on him and he realizes he's being recorded, look how much he tries to downplay it and pretend like he's not a racist shithead.
What? What'd you say? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you, motherfucker! Fuck you, fucking Chinese motherfucker! Go the fuck virus! Go, mother! You come in here, you get out, you motherfucker! I show you, motherfucker! Are you? Oh yeah, I'm false, but I can fucking kill you! Are you sure? I'm sure! Oh, how nice. Say it again? How nice are you? Nice meeting you.
I realize it's been recorded.
Oh, how nice.
Say it again?
How nice are you? Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah. You fucking Chinese, I'll kill you. I will kill you. Oh, you're recording me? How? You're nice. How nice are you? Nice to meet you. Yeah, you fake ass motherfucker. You got caught. Let's name and shame this piece of shit. And next up on the Chud Watch, another idiot at Costco doesn't want to wear his mask, but it's private property. No shirt, no shoes, no mask, no service. Try whipping your dick out and walk around. It's not allowed. You're trespassing. But he got to show his ass, of course. But the good news is everybody hates these Karens. Male Karens and female Karens alike. You are much hated by society. So they're all shitting on him, clapping for him getting kicked out. Let's watch.
Is anybody tired of this tyranny? You love tyranny. You love tyranny. You get out. You get out. You get out. No more masks. 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 We're out of here. Let's leave. No more masks. 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 No more. You know what the funny thing is? In 6 months or a year from now, you're going to be looking for people like me to stand for you.
That's right.
Where's the men at? Where's the freaking men at that will stand for your liberty?
So manly.
Where's the men that will stand for liberty once again?
Thank you for not putting a mask.
Liberty comes with a mask. Liberty comes with a mask. Please.
Asshole. Shouldn't even entertain these people. Just call the cops, have them arrested for trespassing. Fuck everything about them. And this guy, obviously mentally unstable. Obviously super fucking emotional. All these people are so emotional. And he seems taken aback. Because he's basically telling this woman, yo, fuck you. And she's like, let's do it right now. Let's do it. And he don't know how to respond because she's owning him. So all he can do is get mad because he knows he's being recorded. He knows he looks like an idiot. His fragile male ego is incredibly hurt. So he lashes out in the only way he knows how, by being a whiny, fucking embarrassing piss baby.
Take forced vaccinations. So you know what? You can shove it, bitch.
Okay, I like anal. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Did you hear that? You can shove it, bitch. She says, okay, I like anal. Let's do this. And they don't know how to respond to that. Perfect comeback to this motherfucker. This incel fuck. Probably never kissed a woman in his life. Gonna shirt suck at his brain.
You know what? You can shove it, bitch.
Okay, I like anal. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Really?
Let's do this.
You need help. I'm pissed off.
Yeah, I know you're pissed off.
Over
Over a
being a
fucking
little
mask.
bit more polite.
You're mad over a mask.
It ain't the point of the mask. It's the point they're trying to force us. We have a constitutional right. We should not be forced to wear a fucking mask.
You'll be
we should be able to fucking.
You'll be famous.
Do we have to wear a mask when we fucking have a flu?
You'll be famous.
You know those police? They don't like this motherfucker either. Fuck.
Get back here and take care of her business. Get out of here.
He said, fuck Joe Biden, fuck liberals. Still having a hissy fit out there. God damn it. Facts don't care about your feelings, motherfuckers. Fuck your feelings. Remember that? You're so emotionally unstable. You quacks. And one more, folks. This is a kind of long one. I'm not going to play the whole thing. But this fucking piece of trash, embarrassing, got to show his ass. And he's following around a bunch of college girls harassing them. This doughy, overweight Trump supporter. Good God, y'all.
Are you? You're gonna hit somebody?
I'll fucking knock your fucking head off. I'll knock your motherfucking head off.
I'll knock your head off, woman. Says this incredibly tough guy. Look how tough he is. He's literally gonna get winded just walking towards her.
I will knock your motherfucking head off.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Come on up here.
I bet you will.
Come on up here.
You fat as hell.
Look at you ugly ass skinny bitch. Look at that.
Look at her. You're ugly. Making fun of her for being ugly. Look at this Humpty Dumpty motherfucker.
You're like a fucking lesbian.
Maybe she is.
You fucking ugly.
You're really
ugly.
Hello, pot. This is Kettle. You're black.
Fucking bitch. You fucking whore.
The hat. Funny.
You fucking whore.
The hat for me.
Yeah.
It's the hat for me.
Nice.
Put more rings in your nose, you fucking satanic bitch.
Get out of here.
Look at a stupid truck.
Go home. Wherever that is.
Hey, go suck some pussy.
Hey,
go eat some pussy. Go eat some pussy.
Literally, she gets more pussy than you get, fucker.
Yep.
You fucking ugly ass.
No one wants to fucking touch you.
Owned.
Do you get off from this? Like,
Put a fucking bra on, you ugly fucking cunt. Why do you nobody wants
I got a little bit of shield on it. For real, like, what is it? Yeah, that's why I took a picture of life.
Vote for Trump, you fucking whore.
Trump, there's not even an election going on, you dumbass.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. So delusional.
I bet he's coming back. Keep fucking dreaming.
Why is your skirt a little shorter?
Shut the fuck up. Back to the shelter. Take all of your shit.
Why don't you take your shaggy fucking looking face,
Why do you take your
Scooby-Doo shaggy looking fucking face, and get the fuck out of here?
That's a fucking compliment to me.
Should I call the feds?
Hey, I don't give a fuck. Prove it.
So you do care.
Prove it.
You do.
Go.
Because you came down the
Oh,
wrong
how are you
road.
gonna prove it?
Stop.
How are you gonna prove it?
We took the video.
Oh, you did?
We've been taking a video this whole time.
Show somebody. Yes. God, brush your teeth.
Get the fuck out of here. I bet your teeth ain't look no better.
What is wrong with your arms?
He has no fucking teeth.
Literally. Just making fun of their looks, man. This dude making fun of looks. It's hard to believe. No self-awareness whatsoever.
You have meth scars all over. You have freckles all over your arm. And she's got meth scars. Oh my god, freckles. Oh no. Skin cancer.
Tell them exactly what happened.
We have video. That you've been harassing us since we were on campus?
Oh, good. Okay, give me a fucking ticket then. I don't give a fuck.
I hope so. I hope so. I don't care about no laws.
Isn't it like with the Blue Lives Matter, but don't give a fuck about the law?
Oh, you're driving around. What are you, like 8?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're telling an 8-year-old she's a whore?
What are you talking about?
She's got jokes.
I look younger than you do, you fucking...
Grown-ass man sitting there yelling at a bunch of teenage girls with his Biden for prison, Trump 2020 flags in his goofy-ass truck.
If only.
Let's wait. And why don't you mind your own fucking business there, gloves?
Shut the fuck
Nobody gives a fuck what you think. Yeah, fuck you.
Everybody gives a fuck what everybody thinks.
You want some?
You want a piece of this?
Here's my fucking truck.
This is funny because we walked right past him before our fucking walk.
He's threatening to assault her.
These puppies still.
Touch my truck so I can punch you, says the big tough man. But toxic masculinity is not real, folks.
Come right here. Come right here, I dare you. Come right here. Yeah, you're chicken shit. Yeah.
You're chicken shit.
Chicken shit, you're a scared little bitch.
God.
As we're,
What a
as she's
pathetic
up in your
excuse
face.
for a man.
It's a fucking lunatic. It's sad.
Yeah, you're dressing like a fucking like a 70s hooker. Like a 70s hooker. Like a 70s hooker. 1970.
Oh, God.
Fuck you.
Just digs his hole
Maybe you
deeper
should
and
spend your
deeper.
time working out in a positive outlet. Like,
College, you learned something, ugly ass. What'd you learn? How to be a liberal cunt?
you don't even know if she's a liberal, you fucking piece of shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I
Oh.
That's what I thought.
I'm just trying to figure out
That's
what...
why you're driving this damn car with all these damn flags everywhere.
I'm trying to figure out what's in your nose.
You're living the
What's in your nose, man?
What? What's on your head?
What?
What's on your head?
What? What's in your nose?
All right, that's enough of that. It goes on for another like 4 minutes. Yelling at this trash motherfucker, but let's find out who he is. I wonder if he has a job, and I wonder if his employers enjoy being associated with him. I don't know. I'm just asking questions, folks. Not saying he should be fired. I'm just saying we should use our free speech to let his bosses know about his behavior in public towards teenage girls and see if they stand by it. That's just my opinion. And last chance to get a super chat if you want to. We're going to do one more palate cleanser. Cleanse those palates. Time for Dusty to cleanse you, because everything is horrible on this show except for this. Who wants to see a baby seal who was rescued learning to swim for the first time? And this is not just any baby seal. This is the cutest fucking baby seal I've ever seen. White ass cute baby seal, and gonna put this baby seal in a little tub of water. Oh, look at that little, this is basically a puppy, like a sea puppy. Got to keep your head above the water so you don't drown. Get used to it. Get gonna blow bubbles. Yeah, don't suck it in. And then here it is, finally getting used to it, and it's yay! Gonna swim all around, cause I'm a baby seal, and that's what baby seals do. Cute as fuck! Cute as fuck. And folks, that's my show for tonight. Did 15 minutes overtime, pretty good. I felt actually really on tonight's show, so I am happy with how tonight's show went. 50th episode, hooray, we did it. Here's to 5,000 more, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys will help me out by hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. Like the video, doesn't cost you anything, helps me out slightly. Do it. Why haven't you done it already? Hit the like button. Let's see, we have 410 likes, 608 viewers. There should be 200 more likes, even if you hate me. Like it. And Jenny Rude, what's up, Jenny? Says, take my money because a baby seal. Hell yeah, I will. Gonna take all your money. Thank you, Jenny Rude. And all right, I guess that's it. No one else gave me a super chat. We'll finish up and show you guys a little Miss Cece. Here's Miss Cece. Oh, pretty baby Miss Cece. Such a sweet baby. She was all asleep at my feet and I woke her up. Well, I'm sorry, baby, but I had to show everybody how pretty you are with your pretty green eyes, and you're actually pretty chilly. Let me hold you a little bit, so thank you. Daddy loves you. And thank you for everybody who supported the show tonight. The cats extremely appreciate it. You guys fucking rock. Read the regular chats. Just haven't had a chance to do it much because we had so much to cover. Yeah, hate like me, or hate, even thumbs it down. It's better than nothing. So, like the motherfucker, do it. What a cutie. Yes, definitely cute as shit. Little sea puppy. Too cute, too cute. Baby Seal. Yep, Baby Seal's awesome. The flags are actually a sail. It's wind powered. You got like a truck ship. Know what you're saying? Okay. Yep, those pesky kids owning your ass. Because Trump supporters are not sitting their best. All right, folks. Love you, dudes. Thank you for joining me tonight. As always, you guys want to support the show? Please consider supporting me on Patreon. Patreon.com/Codcast. Link in the description of the video. $1 to a month, whatever you can afford. And also, for those of you who have not sent anything to the Animal Sanctuary in a while, there is a Amazon wish list. And I need flea medication for the cats. That is what I'm in dire need of. So if you guys want to help out the Animal Sanctuary, the cats are starting to scratch. It's getting that time of year. Mississippi is horrible for the fucking fleas, and I'm in my never-ending war against the goddamn fleas. We must eradicate them. So please consider sending me some flea medication in my Amazon wish list, or you can send it directly to my P.O. box, which there's also a link in the description of the video too. And for those of you who don't want to become a patron and don't want to super chat, you can send me direct tips through my PayPal at cultofdusty2@gmail.com. Also, a link in the description of the video for that. And one more super chat from the Schwartz Awaken. It's going to be $5. Thank you, the Schwartz Awaken. Appreciate that. Folks, I will be back on Monday. It's only like 2.5 days away, some shit like that. It'll be here before you know it. I already have a ton of religious bullshit to cover. So going to have a huge religious bullshit segment on Monday. If you enjoy that segment, please tune in then. Going to have another blockbuster show. I will see you guys soon. You guys have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. If you're not vaccinated, make your appointment to get vaccinated. Be good to each other. I love the ever-loving fucking shit out of each and every one of you. Even those of you who hate me. I don't give a fuck. Still love you. As always, till next time, Logic. Fuck yes. I will see you guys Monday. And as always, we're going to play out with my song, Experience Machine, from my upcoming album. I was going to call it Electronic Drugs. I might call the entire album Experience Machine if I ever even release it. But here's the song from the title of the album, Experience Machine. Sounds like a video game. Let's do it. Good night, everybody.
all your message, Roxy. Love you back. Have a good weekend.